thing is, we're creating fucking none.
How did you know?
4 weeks without a turnover,
right?
man. You know what I'm saying?
It went live radio. She said,
4 weeks, no, well, 4 weeks without creating a turnover.
well, hello friends, Mark Holmes here with Cowboys Crunk and Michael Anthony Fitness, and I'm going to tell you, Michael Anthony has been on a tear talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
As a whole, not as a whole, as a whole.
Let me know if you guys can hear me okay on this when you get on here. Cowboys Crunk, let me know on Friday that he was actually in town for a couple of days here going to school, and he's about to school us on the Dallas Cowboys. And we are going to have, of course, the Baltimore Ravens and the 49ers game is a 1 o'clock treat, so that's going to be interesting to watch. And we also have the Redskins are actually playing today, also at 1 o'clock. And the Eagles are going to be playing at 1 o'clock against Miami. The good thing for us is, regardless, we will still be in first place this week. So,
I'm still laughing because.
so thoughts, Crunk, welcome to the Man Cave.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. As always,
Thank you very
try to
much.
get a few minutes in with Mark Holmes, a busy guy. Him and Michael Anthony Finch just came through to say hello. And worried about these Cowboys. We're in a position we did not think we were being, man.
You mean being crappy?
Yeah, I thought we would be battling Philly for the division. I did think that, but not at 6-6.
Yeah.
Especially at this point. We've got a couple games left that aren't as tough as we thought they were going to be. At the beginning of the year, we thought Chicago was going to be a tough game. The Rams was going to be a. So they've kind of fallen back. We're picking up on this part of the schedule. It's not as hard as we thought it was going to be, but it's still tougher than Philly's schedule. Philly's got an easy road. Yeah. This one.
Can you hit 505?
505?
505. You can't. Oh my God, Colonel. You're worse than me. You
I'm
can't.
the old man. 505. Just put it at the TV.
Yeah.
505.
That's it. We're done. Okay, and I see Philly's big behind is up on here. So let me get him situated so we can see a reaction on Philly with his damn Santa Claus hat on. Okay, let's hope that they just get a lump of coal.
What up, Derek?
Yeah, they need to post a 0 today.
How you guys doing?
Just to have a slight better chance to get fired. Jason Garrett.
You know the Muffin Man? I do not.
There's two things going to happen this season.
Richard, what's up, buddy? How are you? I missed you guys too.
Well, we're either going to go into the playoffs and we better do well, or Jason Garrett's getting fired. So it's a win-win situation. If the Cowboys want to get happy about it, if you guys out there want to get happy about something, we're either going to do very, very well, or Jason Garrett's gone. Because if he don't go deep in the playoffs,
I think Jason Garrett's gone as well.
yeah, that's
Okay.
unless we win it.
Even if it wins it, I can see him saying, you know what, I'm done. I'm just going to walk away.
I don't think so. I don't
On top,
think so.
because my stock will never be higher than it is right now, and I can go anywhere else, you know, because it's all downhill from there. So it's just.
It's a tough season, man. My thing is the defense is nowhere near what it was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? We're not getting the sack totals. The lack of sack totals is giving the quarterbacks that we're facing good pockets. It's allowing them not to throw interceptions. We're not getting strip fumbles. We're not getting any of that because the upfront play is not there on the defense.
I have to agree. I mean, I can't argue with any of that. That the defense is making other teams' quarterbacks look like Pro Bowls.
What about Scarborough in the Lions game? They made him look good too.
See, that goes back to, for me, it goes
They
back
made Cole
to
Beasley
having
look good.
You know, me and Bosch argued about this all off season because I would say, man, I want a big guy in the middle. He's like, man, I don't want a trash can of it, you know, a trash can full of dirt. And it's like, you know what? A trash can full of dirt right now would do a whole lot of good for that defense.
We have one, but he can't show up. Can't show up.
He's still, Tristan Hill is still not really a trash can.
I said the closest thing we have to one is Tristan Hill, and he can't even show up.
I'd like to have like an Ed Oliver type guy. He played well against us.
Yeah.
Ed Oliver was a guy I was looking at through the draft, but I knew that we had no chance of getting him. But that's the kind of guy we need, I think. And you know, look at the Ravens, best secondary in the damn league right now, and who do they have?
See, and that's
coaching.
Yeah, and it is coaching too. But part of that coach is that coach on the field. And ET3 he can coach from that safety position, man.
Hey, good morning, Jay Hoop. How are you doing?
And they got Earl Thomas too.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
and
what
this is actually I messed this one up because see,
Richard Sherman too.
I thought
He's doing
that
good this
having
year.
a great pass rush would make up on the
Solve
defense.
all of our problems.
You know, that we would be, because I looked at Robert Quinn. Robert Quinn's having a great season.
Did you hear about?
D-Law has not had quite the sacks and things like that. But
Did you
if
hear?
we could, go
You hear
ahead.
about Michael Bennett? He was the only one in the locker room that was fired up. Like he was pissed.
Yeah, it's a shame that a guy who's only been there for 3 weeks has to be the guy that sits.
Yeah, but
What's wrong with Philly?
I know you. Yeah, it's like come on.
Are they already?
They're kicking
I
off.
forgot you don't drop that. Hey, I was gonna ask you. I have not seen you in a while. Pour Joe Boo a shot of rum.
I do every game.
Oh, okay, for the game days. I know you don't in the morning. Actually, most of the shows I catch are usually your coffee. Your good morning.
Guys, let me know how the sound is. Yeah, I know. Dan Bailey rates 7th versus Money Maher.
I think they
Maher
said they were
is
looking
Stealing
at
Money is what we ought to
kickers.
call him. You know,
I think they're looking at kickers though. That's what
they are.
saying.
They have 3 kickers in the house. GD, thank you very much. I still need the contact information for E2 Blue so I can get them. Oh, email me again. I'm sorry, I've had so many emails and I've had so much stuff that's going on. He was supposed to, well, he didn't realize we were going to be doing a game today. But I'll make sure he gets it, okay, GD? I wouldn't mind getting some of those my damn self. San Francisco coming out like gangbusters. Big play.
Let's get
I
this
should
go.
have brought my computer.
Picks all day. That's right.
Is back to Joker?
Yeah, I could have pulled up your live stream and then well, at least talk to people.
Well, if you have your cell phone, you're doing your cell phone.
Yeah, I can do my cell phone.
You're a
That's
Dolphin
good.
fan, said
Me and Roscoe probably got the worst eyes in here. Your eyes probably better than mine.
Mine aren't very good, man.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys, actually, let me put the headphones on so I can hear Philly in the background here.
Trayvon Dixon, shout out
You can barely hear me? Okay, let me turn it up a little bit.
Who's that? Saying you can barely hear you, Philly, or everybody else?
Hey man, it's my friend Alex.
The stream.
Birthday, can you shout out? Yeah, shout out to
It
Alex.
might be adjusting off my voice. I was
Happy
talking
birthday,
to
shout out to you.
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, it's a delicate balance.
Yeah. So if I talk loud and you talk quiet,
You'll hear it kind of real bad.
Oh, yeah.
But let me go ahead and speak.
Why is Joe Boo over there face down, ass up?
Face down, so yeah. Okay, talk a little louder.
Why is Joe Boo test 1 2 crunk in the house?
Okay. All right, so we're not over peaking there, so that's good. And I can hear me all the way over here, so maybe that'll take care of it. All right, so. All right, so that should take care of the sound. Again, we got chicken wings, pulled pork, and I've got chili upstairs as well. The sound is low. I just turned it up, man. I turned it up, okay? Let me know if it's better now. And I see they're not keeping up with the Eagles. I see nothing on the Eagles so far. It still says 14 minutes and 50 seconds. And no updates yet on the Eagles. They are playing in progress. About time. All right, Philly. Look at the stress in Philly's eyes there.
Yeah, he looks.
Well, he just came back from Vegas.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, we are working out
Oh.
3 kickers, thank God. It's a lot better
The
now.
other thing too is Ed Oliver asked me about Vegas
Vegas.
for the draft.
I'm going.
So I told him, but he asked about the hotel.
Cowboys experience is planning on being there as well. So we'll see.
I told him I'll let him know. 'Cause I wasn't
Cowboys
sure about
experience actually they may be having a Super Bowl party in Fort Lauderdale Super Bowl week too.
I told him I'll let him know what we're doing
Oh man,
for the draft.
interception already by Fitzpatrick. Damn. First play of the game. Hill was injured during the play. His return is questionable. Replay is being reviewed.
Yeah, we need some help, man.
Okay.
Come on, Miami. Come on, is
Uh-oh.
Taco?
Well,
I tried to check to see
he-
if Taco's
he's
healthy.
looking a little. Yeah, well.
Is Taco healthy? Is he gonna help us out?
No, of course not. You're expecting too much here. Think that a former player would actually help the Cowboys.
Yeah.
We never get that. So, 49ers up early on the Ravens. So what do you think about Earl Thomas basically saying whoever we play in the Super Bowl?
I like it, bro.
I don't know, man.
I like that.
I want the Ravens to make it. If they could beat New England, they have to go through New England, though. But the thing is, though, if they win today and New England wins, then they have a tiebreaker. So
Yeah.
the best situation for them is to play New England at home
Yeah.
because they have better odds.
I had a Ravens guy messing with me last night. I was wearing I was wearing my free Dallas Cowboys stuff that I got over the weekend.
But check that out. You know that was 4th down and 2, right?
Yeah.
That they went for it all.
What's that?
Right here.
Oh, really?
That was 4th down and 2, and they went for it all.
I didn't.
No qualms about it.
Yeah.
They're not playing it safe.
I wouldn't.
Well, in this weather,
Cowboy fans should vote the top 3 coaching candidates, and then Jerry should interview the top 3. Yeah, okay. Like Jerry's going to listen to us. They'll say, trust the process.
Is that guy working HR? Who's that? He's an HR guy or something.
Yeah.
That's an interview process,
I'm sure Jerry Jones would be more than happy to listen to us fans on who to hire. After all these years of us saying, get rid of Jason Garrett.
It's not more apparent than Thursday.
Well, the Eagles have the ball on the 20-yard, or 3rd down and 7 at Miami 15. You're telling me that you get a takeaway on the 18-yard line, and so far you've only gotten 3? Okay, you got a touchdown. The Eagles got a touchdown. You guys can see Philly 500 happy right now.
Yay.
Cowboy 43, please check your email from Cowboy 43. I saw that this morning, and I've just been tied up. Actually, working on getting the GoFundMe together with my buddy there. Just had a lot of different things that are going on, and in fact, let me look over here on that message.
The future waits for no one, so we refuse to wait for it. Today, battles are waged in
I can go to Phillies. I'll go back and forth.
It's already here.
You didn't set headphones?
No, I got mine here.
Oh, okay. Oh, good.
I brought my portable. This is it for me right here. That's the whole setup. The whole. I can't do live streams anymore. Got in trouble with it. I got a 1 strike, and I haven't been able to buy my live stream in like a week.
You haven't?
I can post videos, but no live stream. Let me see what it says. Yep, still says, due to community guideline strikes or copyright strikes issued, you can't live stream at this time. I don't know how long they'll keep locked down.
When did you get that?
About a week ago.
Damn. So have you been like?
I only did 1. I got 1 strike. I don't know why.
Well, they should send you an email to tell you why you got to keep the copyright.
I was doing my first video from Bahrain, and I was showing people. I was showing what Roja Directa was, where to watch the game if the game is blocked and all that. I got a website. Everything's on there. MMA, WWE, all the pay-per-views, and we just go on there, and it'll have like Dallas Cowboys, New England Patriots.
Right.
You click on it, it'll have a bunch of links, and you just keep opening them until one works. Bang, right there. Even if it's blocked anywhere.
And so you got a copyright strike, you think, from that?
I got a copy. Well, I was showing them like how to go to it, and the game was on for about 10 seconds.
Yeah, you know, it's.
I thought I'd get one.
It looks like the 49ers have come out to play. The 49ers look fired up. You know, and that's one of the things that bothers me about our team is it seems like we don't have a whole lot of fire.
No,
when you looked at the Buffalo Bills, it looked like they were going gangbusters. You know, they were excited as could be. And that 4th down just really bugged me. The fact that he fumbled the snap, had enough time to get. You know, we made great penetration. The defensive line fired out and moved the line of scrimmage by a yard. He fumbles it, and it seems like everybody's just standing around.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell is going on? It's almost like they think, you know, well, we're entitled, that we just have to show up. They just don't seem like there's any fire. And I swear, the players, when I start listening now to interviews, it sounds like you're listening to Jason Garrett.
Yeah, I will say one thing I looked at on you know the All 22. I don't know if you have access to that on NFL Network.
Yeah.
That punt return, the one with Tavon Austin.
Yeah.
The reason no one was up there, as soon as they kicked it, he was doing this, and they stopped running towards him. So there's a lot of people.
That are killing him on that, but yeah.
Yeah, they were killing the coaching staff on it. But as soon as it came off the punter's foot, he started getting in position, doing this. All the defense stopped running. That's why there was nobody anywhere near him. But that was it's still a bad play call to just say, hey, fair catch it.
Look, you got to look at the situation.
Yeah,
you got, if you honestly say to the guy, if you see that they're closing in, you don't have a chance, then fair catch it. If you think there's going to be a lane, then go for it. You know, it's got to be
depending on who you have back there. Some guys say, hey, don't do shit, just catch the ball and get your fair catch. But Tavon Austin's a guy that can make a play for us.
Right.
That's what you have these guys for. That's what you bring them in. He's not just a guy we threw back
Why are
there.
we doing that with Dak Prescott?
I know. That pisses me
Lamar
off.
Jackson's got first down.
And that goes back to also analytics, where you have to wonder. To me, it really makes so much sense. When Jason Garrett, I don't know if he meant to go ahead and say that they don't use analytics or if that was just a slip. But it makes so much sense because when you think of them still praising Maher going into this game, oh yeah, he's a good kicker. No, have you looked at the statistics to see where he is versus everybody else?
He's not good at pressure.
And for special teams, you got to look at that and say, hey, our special teams are shit. We got to do something different. Do we need to start using some starters or better quality players on special teams to give us an advantage?
Yeah.
Bill Belichick realized that the Cowboys' weakness is special teams, and if I can go ahead and get a punt block, it's going to give me an advantage that's going to give me a win.
Oh, yeah.
Had they not gotten that, we would have been in a hell of a lot better position because it wasn't like New England was marching up and down the field.
Yeah.
They played a game of field position and went by the numbers, and that's how they beat us. And you can look at more games than not where we'll go out there and we'll either blow a team out or we'll struggle. And it seems like the teams that adjust to what we do, there is no change from the original game plan.
Zero.
There's no adjustments. And that goes back to coaching. I get so many people that keep saying, well, you got to blame the players because the players aren't executing. And it's like, wait a minute. When you start looking at the first group of players that he had with Romo, with Dez Bryant, with DeMarcus Ware, with DeMarco Murray, when you have a team built like that, like they had, I mean, Tony Romo had 36 touchdown passes, 3,700 yards. You had DeMarco Murray with 1,800 yards. You had a bye week and were healthy, and you lose first game in the playoffs. That shouldn't be all on just the players. Now, of course, everybody puts it on the catch, no catch, but it shouldn't have been down to a catch, no catch against the Green Bay Packers that were beat up. This wasn't exactly like a healthy team you lose to.
Yeah, that's one of the things. The roster, you look back to me, we look back on the roster that we had when we went 13-3, and I think our team actually, other than the offensive line, I think they've tapered off some. We still have the same guys. I think our roster's better. So why are we doing worse with a better roster?
Well,
if you look at some of the guys we've added.
But think about this though. If you went into this season and said, you know what, Dak Prescott's going to throw for over 30 touchdowns, he's going to have approximately over 5,000 yards passing. Zeke Elliott wasn't going to be suspended. What would you think that this team would be doing?
Getting our tickets to the Super Bowl.
Thank you. And here it is. But that's the scenario. How is it that you've improved that much in the passing game that you are leading the NFL in yardage, and yet you are 6-6, and you can't beat a quality team? And it's more than anything else. It's not that we haven't been able to move the ball in people.
Yeah.
It has not been that we haven't been able to stop people at times. It seems like there's always something that happens that screws the game. Okay, so you have New England game, of course, and but you have the punt block that ends up killing.
That's what it
you go to the Minnesota game. Look, you go to the Minnesota game, and you have we get away from the quarterback with a hot hand, and we decide to run. It has not been working it all night. And then you go to Buffalo game, and here it is. The running game's working great in the first quarter, and then you go completely away from it. And you not only go to the passing game, you're going to slow developing plays in the passing game.
Yeah.
And you're facing a great passing rush. It's like whatever the team is doing strong against us is what we're going to go ahead and go. The stuff that's working, let's just stay away from. And it makes no sense whatsoever.
Zeke had that 30-yard run Zeke had this week. They said that was the first 30-yard run he's had in 180 carries.
Yeah.
180 carries. That's like 6 games probably worth. No, that's about 9 games worth of rushes. He hadn't had a run like that. And he has right before that had a 12-yard run. Tony Pollard had an 8-yard run, and then he has two carries in the second half. And understand we're down, but we weren't down so far that we can't run Zeke and keep the clock, move the clock a little bit and run the ball.
Yeah, at least get something. It just seems like we always make the wrong move at the wrong time when there's other things that could be had.
The thing that killed me in the New England game was the lack of the ability to adapt what they were doing on those pooch kicks. 3 pooch kicks, all 3, and they still kept Tony Pollard in the end zone.
Yeah.
They could have brought him up to the 5-yard line or up between the 5 and the 10.
Ball falls in between the
If
two.
it goes over his head, just let it go. But at least be up there to make a play on the ball. The first one he fumbled. The second one Blake Jarwin fumbled. The third one hit the ground and rolled all over. Luckily, we got
back to special teams.
We got all 3 of them back. But why would you do that? That happened in the first quarter, the third quarter, and still in the fourth quarter, we had not adjusted to that.
Right.
0 adjustments.
And that all goes back to special teams coaching today.
Yeah.
And also
And who did the special teams coach work for?
Jason Garrett
Exactly.
and Jerry Jones. So the question is then, Cowboys are looking, or we think they're looking at new coaches. Do we think that we're going to bring in a new coach and just say, okay, we got a new head coach, and we're going to keep on the other
At least
coaches?
the special teams coach
Or are we
is
going to
fine.
look at
If
the coach
nobody
that's
else.
going to be able to hire his own people and they clean house?
Yeah, I believe in, like Mike just said, a special teams coach. We changed our offensive line coach at the same time we got Amari Cooper. That was during that bye week.
We're not getting Bill Collier. Bill Collier's not coming
Is that
out.
but recall we got Cooper and we changed our offensive line coach at the same time.
Yeah.
When we did that change towards the end of the season, we were averaging 3 quarterback hits less a game after we brought Colombo in. It was
Right.
a stat I looked up.
After we
at
got
the
rid
end
of
that
Mr.
season.
Ketchup there, because
Yeah.
Mr. Ketchup was always,
So we brought-
his whole thing was the ketchup bottle test to tell his offensive line intelligence. If you know to tap on the 57 on the Heinz 57, it's like, dude, it's everybody has squeeze bottles now. You know that, right?
Yeah. But that was a big, and that's a what would you call a secondary type coach, an
Yeah.
offensive coordinator. So I don't see any issue in changing a special teams coach.
Well,
A head coach, at this point in time, especially if you tried to bring a college coach in, that has to be done in the off season.
I agree, and I think that's part of the reason why that they're I think they've got their mind set on who it is, be it a NFL existing coach or that. And I think they're looking and saying, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in a head coach. We're not going to go ahead and change all the other ones. And if we promote Kellen Moore or if we promote Chris Richard, then they're not going to go back to being an offensive coordinator. They're going to end up going somewhere else. So we don't want to mess up that situation. We'll just go through and bite the bullet with Jason Garrett and then go. What's happening, Bobby Ice? How you doing, man? Jet D, how's it going, man? Yeah, Crunk is in the house. In case you guys didn't know it, it's Cowboys Crunk, who's camera's right there. Right,
Oh, there we go.
Pointing right at you. You're dead center on it, man.
Bad, I didn't know it. There we are. I got you now.
We need to probably put some more lights on in here. Yeah, Michael Anthony Fitness, he went upstairs. We're just watching the Eagles here, who were up 10-0 on Miami. They ended up getting a turnover on the 18-yard line, interception, first play of the game. Second drive, they had to settle for a field goal. Philly looks happy at the moment, but still scared. And we're watching the 49ers so far. Oh, fumble the ball.
Yep. Ravens
Ravens.
recover.
But what I want to take a look at the energy on this field.
Yeah, that's what
On both sides of the ball.
I truly believe. Coming out of that locker room, you might see Michael Bennett. You might see Michael Bennett in the middle of that huddle firing that team up before the game.
And
I wouldn't doubt if they said, "You want to run with this, bro? You want to step up? Call. I mean, be the drill sergeant. We need a drill sergeant right now."
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, and that's the thing that
And he
kills
has
me.
that mentality.
It kills me that somebody who just got here has to be the fiery person. You know, there's been a couple of guys that I've wanted on this team. I wanted to get Calais Campbell when he was a free agent
Yeah.
because Calais was an absolute beast as a defensive tackle, and that's something that we really miss is somebody who can change the game and can hold up on the run. But DeMario Davis, when he was with the Jets and became a free agent, he has played phenomenal, doesn't miss games. He's a motivator.
Yeah.
He is. You always see him out there firing people up, and not only firing them up, but leading by example. The energy that he puts out is contagious. Everybody else will literally follow that guy into battle. And I look at my team right now, and I don't see anybody on the team that is that.
Especially
Now,
on the
Jalen
defense.
Smith, a little
Yeah,
bit.
a little
He,
bit.
you know, after the game, he cussed at the press conference and stuff. He's one of the few people that you've seen that seem
Yeah.
to be upset. But most of the guys, you would think they're going to a funeral when they go to games.
I think we're also missing that on our offensive line. It seems like the guys in the offensive line are just too mellow. You know, you never see them get fired up. You
Tied
never
up.
see when like that grit that Will Hernandez has.
Mhm.
I think we've always had that one guy on the offensive line that
Mhm.
2-8 was a
I'm
scrappy
trying to,
guy.
Oh God, damn, had the jaws. Oh
Yeah.
man, during the '90s.
Nate Newton?
No, not Nate Newton, white guy. He left us after the Super Bowl.
Somebody-
Greg
Stevie Mack.
Gogan. Greg Gogan.
Gogan.
He was the other guy that
We
was
need one
just
fiery
nasty
ass-
dude that would get out there and scrap it up. But to me, again, that goes back to the coach.
Yeah.
Because the player, it's kind of like, you know, they always say that a person, their dogs and the person start to look alike because they've been around forever. They start looking. That's not me. No, that's Michael's dog.
Yeah.
Or okay, let me put it a different way. Where women that are in the same house start having a cycle at the same time.
Yeah. I get it.
Okay, well that trust me. I
Yeah.
had 2 daughters and a wife, and yeah, I found that out. But it's the same thing with the head coach.
Yeah.
Jason Garrett is literally that guy who, I guess it was yesterday, he was saying, you know, well, we have to look at the things that happened on Thursday and learn from the experience,
No,
and we'll get better from it. And that's what you're beginning to hear from the players in the press conference and stuff. You know, well, there's no panic in the locker room. We'll just look at what we're doing and learn from these. And I'm just like, you've been Garrettized.
Yeah.
You are now a Jason Garrett.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here like,
You know the other thing too? I think Christian Shaw is starting to get that Jason Garrett itis.
that's what I'm saying. That they're getting, they have taken over. Because you look at how coaches are on the field. Generally speaking, you will see the players on the team in that same type of a mode.
Yeah.
And that's where we have become with Jason Garrett. Just kind of laid back, you know. That's okay. We'll get him next time. That little league coach mentality.
Yeah.
Kevin Gogan. That's it. Kevin Gogan. That's it.
Yeah. Who threw it in there for you?
Dan the Man Cunningham.
Oh, yeah.
What's happening, Blue Star? Dan the Man Cunningham. Akeem Smith.
Stevie Mack.
I'm telling
in
you,
here?
it's our coaching staff sucks. Dak is sounding like every Blue Star. See, you notice that too? I'm telling you, everybody is sounding like Jason Garrett. It's like they are.
Yeah.
It's like they've all, been cut off at the balls.
Or
Yeah.
the other trying to sound like Jerry Jones.
He has a very military style approach. He's real direct. He talks well. He sounds, you know, we're going to attack this. We're going to get this problem fixed. You know, we're going to learn from our experiences. This game didn't go so well, but you know, we're going to the things that happened today. We're going to learn from, move forward. We're going to bring that to the locker room, and he stands and holds the podium. The thing is, he holds the podium on the front. Most, you know, he gets in the, so it's like he
Leading.
really presents himself well, and you know what? That's fine. But you need to get in those players' ass and get them fired up. I just think there's no. The last game we played with passion. We played with passion because the Eagles coach stated they're going to come to our house. And what happened? The very beginning of that game,
We came out like
we came out on fire. When we had that, the play that I knew we were going to win that game was when Dak Prescott did that quarterback sneak. We needed a yard, and they moved the whole pile like 8 yards. And when he got up, he stood up, and the safety was there, and the safety walked into him, and he just bumped the safety like, get the hell out of here. I was like, oh, this shit's over, bro. It was 0-0 right then, and I said, we got this game.
And see, sometimes it's who wants it more. And I got to tell you, I'm looking at the way the Bills came in here. They were fired up and everything else. They trash talked us in our own house. That was a disgrace, complete disgrace. And somebody's asking about Byron Jones. I don't think we pay him a big boatload of money.
Well, my problem is are we gonna? I don't think there's any way we can keep Quinn unless we lose some other guys, and he might be a component we have to have. Man.
Well,
I know he came here. We didn't pay him a lot, and he's proven himself definitely. He's going to be looking for money. You know,
of course, yeah, and deservedly so.
Yeah.
Because you think about how many sacks he's got. Is he at 9.5? 9.5, or did he get another?
I'm not exactly sure
but
where he's
think
at.
about it. He missed the first 2 games.
D-Law. He's got like 3 or 4 more than D-Law.
Oh, he's got a lot more.
And he's missed those first 2 games.
D-Law, I think, only has 4.5 sacks on the season. Where you look at that, and it's just like, are you kidding me? Now, he's getting a lot of pressures, getting close, but he is nowhere near worth $20 million.
For loss.
Right, he's got 9.5 sacks in 9 games.
Yeah.
That is huge, because remember, he missed the first 2.
Yeah. You're looking at a 16, 18 sack season if he's there the whole season. So, we got to, one of 2 things is going to happen that's going to make us happy. Either we're going to go extremely deep into the playoffs and do well, and I don't know what they do with Jason Garrett, or we know for a fact he's gone.
Okay, so D-Law's got 5 sacks
That's
on the season.
it, man. That's garbage.
And
I know he's getting double teamed, but you know, Khalil Mack, all these guys get double teamed, you know, and
well, Khalil Mack is not exactly having.
yeah, he's not having a great season either.
I think he's only around that 5 sack range right now too, but
short of the first though.
I think Michael Bennett actually has more sacks in the season. He's got 5.5 sacks in the season.
Wow.
In thinking that he only played 131 snaps with New England. He's got 2.5 sacks. I'm sorry, 3.5 sacks since he's been with Dallas in 4 games. So looking at that, that's a little bit better than what you're getting from D-Law.
Yeah.
And he's not a full-time starter either. So we definitely have some, you know, the defensive line. Antoine Woods I thought was going to be big, but he stayed injured most of the season.
Yeah.
Malik Collins hasn't been bad. I think he actually has 3.5 sacks.
He's played better.
But it's still not that trash can full of dirt that I think we need. That big presence that keeps people running. Because people, what you'll notice is people use the run against us more than anything else, and that usually kills us. Who do I think we go in the first round? Oh, there's Rashid. How you doing, Rashid?
What kind of yellow is that?
I have no idea what we go for in the first round of the draft. I guess a lot depends on who the coach will be and what the philosophy is going to be, as well as who we decide to re-sign. If we decide not to pay Byron Jones, I could see us definitely going for cornerback. When you look at this season, some of the things that have killed us is the fact that we cannot get takeaways and we cannot stop the run. So that tells you that you need a ball hawking safety, or a ball hawking cornerback, or you need a big trash can full of dirt defensive lineman, a guy with a bad attitude. Offensively,
We're solid.
You're solid? Well, the question, let's see now, this will go, well, this is, but the question will be is, what do you do with the Randall Cobb? Do you end up re-signing Randall Cobb? Because if you don't, then you've got a hole there that you look to fill. I mean, right now, you also look at tight end. Is Blake Jarwin? Blake Jarwin should be playing more down the stretch here to find out if he's going
I think he's better than Jason
that number one guy. But here's the thing, though. We played him more against Buffalo. And, you know, we look at Jason Witten and we say he's only getting 5-6 yards. The passes that Blake Jarwin was
I'm
getting.
not worried about the
seemed like
yards,
they
I'm
were
worried about
2
the
or 3.
drives.
So you got to find out tight end wise.
For me,
Snow in New York, rain in D.C., be more sunny in North Carolina with a sunny.
I don't think.
Be more's not sunny. What are you talking about? It's pouring in Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore's not there.
Oh, I keep forgetting the Redskins are playing today. Redskins down 14-3. Okay.
It don't matter. They're trying to see what they have with their quarterback.
For me, the Cobb situation, depending on what he's asking for,
Go ahead.
I let him go and I put Pollard on the field more. And I would like to have him on the field more anyway. I think he deserves to be there. They played more slot receiver than running back at Memphis. So he actually took almost the exact amount of snaps at slot receiver as he did at running back.
Yeah, but I tell you what, Randall Cobb is actually.
No, he's done well.
Randall Cobb has got 634 yards, averaging 15.1 yards per reception. He's got 3 TDs, but he had 4 that were called back because of penalties on somebody else. He is actually, this right now is the highest in his career average per pass, 5.1. That's incredible. That's a lot more than you've ever gotten from Cole Beasley.
Yeah.
You know,
He was right there.
hey, he came over. I ain't mad at him. You know, he came in.
That's what you're supposed
He
to do.
came in and did what you would think that the Cowboys would have done to him. Say, Cole Beasley, yeah, we're going to go ahead and show you up. But I don't want to think this, but in the back of my head, I still think that the Cowboys players are just done with Jason Garrett.
Yeah,
They're
they
not
already
playing
checked
for him
out.
anymore. That, to me, that's what that game looked like more than anything
Because
else.
why do you have so many holes? And you know that's a problem
Yeah.
as a player.
Dan the Man Cunningham says we need to run both Jarwin and Schultz full time to see exactly what we have with our tight ends. Haven't seen Schultz enough. You're right about that. Ronnie Thomas. Oh Lord. Philly's gonna have a stroke live. What did I miss? Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't even been paying attention to him. Well, it seems like the Dolphins have tightened down. They turned the ball over to start the game and gave them great field position on the 18-yard line. The Eagles get a touchdown. Second drive, the Eagles go down and get a field goal. Third one, they end up shutting them down. So maybe the Dolphins have clamped down and won't allow them to score anymore. And they'll start trying to make a comeback. They weathered the storm. Let's look at the stats so far. The bottom line, here's the thing. The bottom line is it's all going to come down to December 22nd. Cowboys versus Eagles. We can actually, if we beat either the Rams or the Bears, we're still playing for first place. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
At the moment.
And that's why, I don't know, it's tough to believe that the players have, checked out, like he's saying on Jason Garrett, when we're still in it. We're still in the fight. But I guess maybe they're thinking it doesn't matter. We can make the playoffs. We're not going to do anything there.
Well, but here's the thing though. It seems like every time that you've been there where we thought we were going to give it to Jason Garrett, we end up making the playoffs, and here we go again.
Yeah.
I got a lot of grief in 2017.
I don't know why.
Because I did.
Because
when we were going through that streak where we first lost Zeke, we lost the 3 games in a row. At that point, I was kind of like, you know what? This is where you sit here and wonder, do you want the team to continue to be bad and finally get rid of Jason Garrett, or do you want to try and limp through and maybe make the playoffs and do nothing and
then,
still keep them?
What was it then? Dak Prescott's hand was questionable, and they started running the ball.
So we ended up 9-7, didn't make the playoffs, but then that was, the Cowboys. Oh well, the team didn't give up on him, so we're going to go ahead and hold on to him again, and so then you have him again for 2018. 2018, it looked like crap again. And fortunately, we got lightning in a bottle, and we kept him again.
Yeah.
So that's where the players may be looking at this saying, now a lot's been said about the Cowboys not signing Dak Prescott, but I still wonder if Dak Prescott's not in a hurry to sign that contract till he knows who the coach is going to be. If Jason Garrett is going to be the coach or not. Because you may be one of these things that we're not going to win a Super Bowl with this guy. And do I want to be here long term with this guy?
You don't see a lot of interaction between him and Dak.
I don't see any interaction with any players.
Yeah. In the beginning, when they what was that, All or Nothing, and you saw him having him and Jason Garrett were throwing the ball around, having a little competition. And
I think they still do that, or at least they did at training camp this year.
Yeah.
But you're right. You don't see Jason Garrett with Dak Prescott, and that's where I think part of the dynamic of Dez being gone was Dak's influence that Dak didn't want to work with him anymore. When Dak came out at the end after that Seattle game, and he said, "I've got to throw a better ball. I've got to hit him in the face mask with it." That was some serious shade thrown at Dez. And in fact, Dez did have one bounce off of his face mask earlier in the season, and that kind of let me know that was the beginning of the end of Dez Bryant being there with the Cowboys. And
Stephen Jones was telling tale of that one.
Dak is politically correct. He's not going to throw anybody under the bus. But part of the thing may be, if they're going to keep Jason Garrett, I'll just take the franchise tag and I'll get out of here as soon as I can get out of here.
I don't think he. I mean, I don't think he wants to leave Dallas, of course.
I don't think he does either, but that may be his way of kind of forcing the hand.
A career move's a career move,
Yeah.
I mean, that comes down to.
You already played for a favorite team. Why not go somewhere else?
Okay, I want you to think about this though, but think about this really hard. You had the NFL rushing champ. You had the offensive line that we deemed the best offensive line in football 5 years younger.
Yeah.
That was back when there was no question about Tyron Smith holding anybody because he would take one arm and literally throw the guy. Okay? That offensive line was opening up holes all over the place. You had Dez Bryant, who had a career year. You had Tony Romo stay healthy and didn't have to throw 4,000, yards or more. You had that right there and a home field game, after a bye week. You lost at home in the first game. Don't tell me that, we had the other guys, that Green Bay had a better team. They had Aaron freaking Rodgers and that's it. So it's not like we have not been here before. And if you're Dak Prescott and you look at this, it's like, I'm leading the NFL in passing yards.
Yeah.
I'm having a career year. If we can't do something now with this guy here, when are we?
Yeah.
When are we going to be able to do something? Am I wrong, y'all?
What is your take on John Kitna? I know he's kind of new to the scene.
I think, but see, here's the thing.
To me, he's a
here's
possibility for a head coach as well. Even though he's only the quarterback coach now. I know.
Uh-oh.
What's that?
Touchdown, Dolphins. Oh, wait. The Philly camp. Okay. He's trying to keep. Oh, he's grabbing a pill bottle.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Philly 500.
Touchdown, Fitzpatrick deep. 43-yard TD pass. Eagles, you stink. You stink.
Can he hear you?
Here's what I got to say. Now, a lot of people kind of said, Kellen Moore last year, as quarterbacks coach, he stunk. But you actually look at where Dak started out the season, by mid-season, he was a different quarterback, having Amari Cooper, but you could see he was beginning to get his mechanics. This year, with John Kitna, the things we saw before where, Dak would get under pressure and he would lose his form and he would just be trying to throw his arm, you have not seen Dak Prescott very often lose his form. The whole hip dance that everybody's making fun of and everything else. He gets himself into a position where he can whip the football. For us to go from him being dink and dunk Dak to now being able to throw the ball down the field like we are, you've got to look at John Kitna and say he's done a hell of a lot job better than what Scott Linehan and Jason Garrett did with advancing him. And that's the thing you look at the Cowboys in general. They don't develop players. Think about this. When Jason Garrett got there, Tony Romo was already Tony Romo.
Yeah.
He didn't learn shit from Jason Garrett. And with Jason Garrett, Dak Prescott and Tony Romo have won every single game except for one for Jason Garrett. They have not developed another quarterback, backup, or anybody in the 10 years they've been there. The fact that they went in there in 2015 and you could only win one game out of 12. You're with the best offensive line in football, and it wasn't like Run DMC or running back. We were fourth in running the football that year.
Yeah.
And you still couldn't win a game. 12 games, you can only win one. You had Brandon Wheaton go to the Texans, and after a week of practice, win a game for him to get in the playoffs. And you couldn't coach that guy to do anything?
Yep, I'm down in Houston. I had to hear about that.
Hey, Zeppelin fan, how you doing, man? You see your pride and joy right up over there. Time to cut Brett Maher. And it's a shame because, see, what the Cowboys look at is he's in the Hall of Fame. Brett Maher, he is. The only kicker to have
60 plus.
Yeah, three kicks
times.
over 60.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're waiting on the pressure. No.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But Jason Garrett said, going into granted they are trying out three kickers today. This is news because going into last week we still went through the whole thing of Maher. He's done some really great things for us. He's a good kicker, and it's like he's missed the kick in half of his games. Half of his games he's missed the kick in.
I've been pulling for Maher a lot. I mean, he's on our team. Anybody that suits up, I pull for him and wish the best. And I'm starting to have to turn my back on it too. It's the same thing. I thought it was great to have a guy that could kick one from 60. You get in that playoff game and you don't have time. You got 20 seconds. You return the ball. You get a 62-yard field goal. You got a guy that can, like Dan Bailey. There's no way you can even put him on the field at 62.
Then maybe you look at it like this way and say, okay, you know what? Maybe I keep Maher for kicking the long ones and kicking off, and I get an old veteran that I can have cheap that does the short stuff. If I got to kick a long one, I'm going to put this guy in there because I know he has a chance.
There's an option to this as well. I don't know if you guys recall when they were trying Brett Maher out. He was also our punter in preseason. He punted very well. But we've got a great punter in Jones, and I like Jones. But you could feel him. You would have a punter / kicker, and then you would have with Brett Maher. And I don't think they would ever look at something like that. But he punted really,
NFL
really
coaches
well.
do college coaching first, not necessarily. Actually, most of them, a lot of them are former NFL players that end up getting jobs in the NFL.
Look at that. Why is Dak Prescott doing that?
Hey, I wanted to ask you something off the football subject a little bit. Have you seen that movie, The Inside or The Insider? Somebody might know the name of the movie. It's a new movie. It's about that basketball referee that was in with the mafia and doing all the kickbacks, and he was fixing. It's brand new. It just came out November 1st.
Okay.
And
Check it out.
Yeah, but he also talks about in the documentary I saw that it's a movie based on reality or a real story. And he talks about some of this stuff could be going on in football as well, but it was really prevalent in basketball. It was really going on a lot. He said he knows it's still going on in college, but there's just nothing you can, shaving points, the referees. But man, the movie looked awesome. I mean,
That's the thing that, and see, here's the thing. I don't want to think that the
I
NFL
know.
will be corrupt, but okay, in professional football, it's hard for getting some players to make a difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can pay a player to say, drop a pass here or there. That could happen and stuff. But when you have officials, they can make a call here and there that could change the complexion of a game a lot easier than what a player can. And when you think about how many times, like I said, Randall Cobb, every time it seems like he's in the end zone, there's a flag. When you've seen where Tom Brady literally last year in the playoffs, that was the hit, that was unnecessary roughness. Those calls change the game. If you get 15 yards right here when it was fourth down, that changes the game.
He mentioned Tom Brady in the documentary and some of the things. What he also talked about was the NFL coaches, not the NFL, the NBA was actually coaching these officials to make the 7-game series go to a full 7 games.
Of course.
Because it's extra money.
Extra game.
Yeah,
every
exactly.
game.
And they were
That's
telling
saying
them,
that happened in the World Series too, I believe.
probably, but dude, this movie looks awesome, and it just came out. And what
Ravens
happened was,
up.
Well, why are we not doing that with Dak Prescott?
And well, see, here's the thing, though.
They have a.
Now,
and the difference
we don't
is-
really know what's going on in Dallas. So.
I don't either, but
But here's what could be going on in Dallas, and I think that this is the case because, a lot of plays will have an option on it, okay, where you can change the call.
Yeah.
I don't think Dak is calling his number intentionally to run the football without that contract security.
I was just thinking the same thing while you're saying it, because this guy, he gets hit. He's lickety split fast. You're not going to get a hit on him. But if you do, he's broke.
Yeah.
He's broke.
And
You can't break Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's a linebacker.
but
He
Dak,
can take a
but,
hit.
but here's the thing:
Well, I
if
understand
I
what
put
you're
my
saying.
neck on the line for the team
Yeah.
and get hurt, the team hasn't put their neck on the line for me.
it's MVP right.
And you know what'll happen if it's a career-ending injury. Sorry, we love you, bro. Thanks a lot for all you did. And so I don't think that Dak is thinking about, I'm going to really go ahead and no, I wouldn't.
Yeah. Once I'm guaranteed that money, once I got my guaranteed contract, you want to run me, run me. And when he gets those options.
We need to draft D tackle Derek Brown from Auburn. He's a beast. We need a beast on the line. Dak's not that fast. He's ran I think a 4.7.
Yeah, no, he's not. Yeah.
He's about.
He's fast enough, and he's
Fast
But
enough.
he's built that he could take a hit. Although you get hit in the right spot. I don't care how you're
Yeah,
built.
exactly.
But
he's not, like a Michael Vick type or.
unfortunately, we never have all the pieces we need because they hesitate on moves. So by the time we get good special teams, another part of the team will not be good, and it's a vicious cycle. And that's you're right. Like this year, our offense has been way better than what it was, beginning of last year and in 2017. Last year, the defense was better the first half of the season, and now the defense is just not there.
I like this commercial.
Well, I think Dak has 3 right now, rushing touchdowns. Our team needs a compass so they can go north. Okay. Dak can run. Yeah, he can run, and that's one of those things that you pick and choose your spots. Eagles with the ball up 10-7. Miles Sanders for 1-yard run. They're on Miami's 47, 2nd and 9.
And you need Dak to run the ball enough to keep those
Keep everybody honest.
keep the linebackers honest. You want those linebackers to respect that handoff, and we're not running it enough to. They just key on Zeke, they stop Zeke, and then we're in
And
the
that's
second
where
9.
that's where bootlegs come into play.
Yeah.
You fake the
Put Collar-
dive, you end up
put
having
Collar out
Dak
there.
Prescott roll out there on a naked boot. Okay, he can either run it or the receiver, the cornerback gets off the receiver, and the receiver's wide open, and you dunk it to him. But we don't use this stuff. We start doing stuff that works, and then it's like we forget about it.
What we did in that first drive, we should continue doing it.
How the wings went.
Excellent.
Okay, cool.
I like my spicy.
Yeah, well, right now, 3rd and 6, Miami's 44-yard line. Carson Wentz dunking the ball for 3 yards. Let's see if they can if they get the first down and get stopped again.
Come on, Earl.
The other thing that didn't make any sense was switching to Kellen Moore with no previous offensive coordinator experience. When we're in a win now, makes no sense.
I don't think having Kellen Moore there now would have made a huge difference.
My thing with the offense,
First down for the Eagles.
the offense is going well, but with our problems with special teams and our inability to get turnovers, we're always starting at the 20-yard line.
20, more like the 15.
And we're always starting back. So we get all these yards, but it doesn't equate to a touchdown. We never get the ball because we don't get
never
turnovers.
get turnovers, yeah.
So we've got to put up a lot of yards, and we may not get any points.
Are you serious?
So we can lead the league in yards and not have points because we're starting at the damn
Right.
10-yard line every time.
Yeah, when somebody else is
So it
starting
looks
out on
like
the
our
45
offense
and you're averaging the 20, makes a big difference.
It looks like our offense is outstanding, but it's dead yardage.
You got a great point there.
And we've got to have the turnovers, or else you've got to put up double the yards of the
Come
other
on,
team.
Earl Thomas missed his assignment.
He turns into a running back with the ball in his hand. And watch how he finishes this.
He had a
Goes past Earl Thomas and drags Marlon Humphrey for extra yardage downfield. He's a strong young man.
Yeah, he's a bruising runner. Obviously,
So to me, that's what's killing us. Just not getting no turnovers. We've got to go 80 yards every time. And if we go 60, and Maher misses a field goal, we get nothing out of it. And then, and I know he's missed I think 7 field goals this year. He's extra points. He's doing great. I think he's only missed 1. He's like 23 for 24 or something. But field goals, that right hash mark, the left hash mark is killing him.
came on the second drive, scored a touchdown on the first drive. As Owasso walking off, still raining.
Come on, Dolphins.
Heavy enough here in Baltimore.
Eagles have to settle for a field goal again.
Morning and supposed to continue doing that all day. First and 10. As Mostert in the game. Tailback. He gets it.
Finally, I did Josh Allen.
As far as the draft goes, for me, I'm still locked on a safety. I think that.
I'm not ready to talk about the draft yet.
Yeah, I know it's early, but that might be our next big project.
Well,
There may not be a project for the playoffs.
let's get a new coach first.
Yeah.
Let's get this season over, a new coach, and then we'll start talking about the draft. It's just too early right now. Carson Wentz fails to complete the first down. They have to try and kick a field goal again.
So the Eagles game isn't on.
That's because Baltimore's on TV, so.
Yeah.
Well, the Redskins game is on. They're down 14-6.
Is it on the other channel?
It's on CBS now.
Who are they playing?
Redskins, Carolina.
Yeah, as long as your internet's good, that website I got, straight into the game, you can plug it into your TV.
Man, don't talk about it on my channel. Get me banned.
I didn't say the name of the channel.
And the 49ers brought it together.
And the pouring down rain.
It was
Dak
earlier.
needs to run more.
Dan Black, Dan Black.
No, we're not taking calls because we're not sitting over at the desk where it's hooked up to the system. I'm sorry.
One of the guys on my channel, Dan Black.
Mhm.
I see him on your channel pretty often.
Go here.
I think we share a lot of different fans,
Yeah.
which is great. I love spreading the mojo.
Oh, come on.
Get it!
Big run.
Oh, Earl Thomas again. That was Earl Thomas's fault.
Yeah. Well, in the rain,
No, but I mean,
the
but
ball carrier has
that
a
was
big
your-
advantage.
Yeah.
that was your guy. You had.
So Earl, who said whoever faces us in the
That's the second
field,
time this drive he missed his assignment on the running back.
see, you open yourself up for ridicule.
Excellent block. Right, a nice block inside there by number 68, Mike Person, the guard.
Y'all win this.
To the perimeter. But watch Kittle, 85, controlling Jalen Ferguson.
I actually thought San Francisco would be one of those teams that fell off. You know, like Kansas City
I
sometimes.
did not want to believe in them.
Kansas City.
If they can beat the Ravens, I got some belief in me. The Ravens is one of the top teams this year. It's like Earl Thomas, you had a hand on the guy. It's the second time you allowed him to run this drive.
Even though the rain is a factor, he can fly when he gets an open space.
Like, oh, you know how to wrap up, Earl?
So when you finish the class, you're going back to.
Yeah, another 28 hours on the damn airplane.
Damn. You leave Thursday?
No, I leave Saturday afternoon, Saturday morning. Something like that.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'll be here all weekend.
You'll be here for the game.
Oh, I'll be here. That's when we play Thursday night. Oh, yes.
Now here's my problem.
Oh, it's the wife's birthday. It's the
My wife's birthday is Thursday.
Oh, yeah? Well, see, I got a problem because I've traveled. I left Houston in 1990. And since then, I've been traveling and working abroad. So, to me, a holiday, a birthday, I had my first birthday party for myself this year, September 11th, when I was home. That's my birthday. Since the last birthday party I had before that was I was 27. I'm 50 now.
Yeah,
I went 23 years with no birthday.
San Francisco and Baltimore.
I'm okay, I celebrate my birthday.
Yeah, holidays to me.
Something good.
And the Eagles are up 13-7 against Miami.
I think I went to California for my birthday.
Yeah.
Right after my birthday.
So let me ask you this here. So the Eagles playing against Miami, they're up 13-7 in the second quarter, and Carson Wentz is 10 of 17 for 95 yards. And it's still kind of a tight game here. The Dolphins, the last drive, had a
About
touchdown.
62%. That's not great.
The Eagles get this win, and it's a close game. What does that say about the Eagles? Because we're told we can't beat any good teams, we only blow out the bad ones.
I'm actually glad the Jets have won a couple more games now, because when we were the only team that had a win against, I was hating that too.
Well,
but
true. But as you see, teams get up for the Cowboys.
yeah, to me, our problem with our offense is our defense has got to put us in some better situations and get some turnovers. We're putting up these dead yards that sometimes amount to nothing. They don't amount to no point. We get in a situation we have to score touchdowns, and I did
Ryan
not like.
Fitzpatrick, 19-yard pass play.
I did not
First
like
down.
the 4th and 1 call at the 20-yard line. That was I couldn't believe. Actually, that probably would have been a good time for us to just go ahead and not get it. Jason Garrett might have been gone at halftime. They might have pulled what movie was that with Johnny Moxon, where they
Fired
the coach at the half. Maybe Dak Prescott goes in the locker room and says, "We are not going out on that field with you again." Varsity Blues. We are not going out on that field again if you go out there. You put that. Remember, they were going to put a injection in the guy's knee. You put that needle in there, I'll rip your arm off and beat you to death with it.
Yeah.
You start clapping those hands again, I'll rip your arms off and beat you to death with them. That's what they need to say to Jason
Here's what's
Garrett.
interesting is Ryan Fitzpatrick is 5 of 8 for 83 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. And truly, the difference in that game is that interception, because the Eagles got the ball on the 18-yard line. It's not like Carson Wentz is having like a great game or anything.
Yeah, you look at the Patriots game. It's the same thing. We moved the ball up and down the field much more fluidly than they did. And what happened? They blocked the punt and got a touchdown, an 11-yard touchdown. And where actually Byron Jones had excellent coverage on him. It was just a good back shoulder throw.
Yeah, we can franchise tag Robert Quinn, but you don't want to franchise tag Robert Quinn because now you're talking about the average salary for the top 3, and the problem is you're going to have to franchise tag Dak Prescott because you have not got the deal done. You may need the franchise tag Dak and the transitional tag for Amari.
Yeah, the tag on Quinn would be at least around
Ivory Castle, yeah, Woosie has not. It has been getting killed, but trading him, you're not going to be getting. I mean, the funny thing is people think you can make a trade that's just going to be great for you and terrible for everybody else. I actually had somebody who was tweeting me about Sean Payton.
Yeah.
Oh, the Cowboys should get Sean Payton, and I'm kind of like, you can't get him. He just re-signed for 5 years. It's like, well, he can retire and then come to the Cowboys.
They still have rights.
Thank you. And that's what I was like.
He's got a New Orleans copyright stamp right on his butt. He can't do
For
nothing
5 years, he cannot.
unless you talk to New Orleans management and you make a deal with him. They'll release him.
The only way you get him is you got to make a trade for him.
Yeah, you're
talking
a couple
about
first round picks or
John Gruden was 2 number ones and 2 seconds and $8 million.
isn't it?
That's
Yeah, that's not
that's just
happening.
way too much.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Right now, you've got the Dolphins are in the red zone.
Yeah, Quinn, his franchise tag would be probably between 16 and 17 right now.
Oh, I think it might be hard
Might
because
be higher than
D-Law
that,
is
yeah.
like 21. You know,
And
Khalil
he's
Mack
in
is
the
up there.
top, yeah.
So you're talking about the
Probably
average
around
top 5.
18,
18, 19 now, yeah. But here's the thing. Here's two ways you look at it. You look at saying, okay, we want to re-sign him, but if he ends up going off someplace else, you're going to get about a third round compensatory pick for him, which is pretty big. That's what, I hate to say it, but now you have to kind of wonder, was the best move re-signing D-Law?
I don't think it was the way the
Because
production.
you look at what New England did, letting Trey Flowers go.
Yeah.
They didn't re-sign him. They ended up getting a fourth or a third compensatory pick. They're not locked into that big contract. That defense of theirs doesn't seem to miss him at all.
Yeah. There's one player on the field that always respects the salary when you have to discuss that, and it's the quarterback. The other positions, if you lose them, they're much easier to fill. You cannot fill a quarterback just with any.
Look at Lamar Jackson. I mean, granted, he got back to the line, almost to the line of scrimmage, but the fact that he didn't lose more than that is
The
amazing.
thing on Cheeto, and I've been watching this a lot, Chidobe Awuzie he's got a lot of targets on him because Byron Jones is locking that other side of the field down. He's locking that. They don't even go to Byron Jones very much. And as far as Cheeto, he's still doing fairly well. When you compare him around the league, they're not getting near as many pass interference calls. We're still at the bottom of the list as far as pass
I like
interference
that, Dan
calls.
the Cutting Man. Dan the Man. There's two ways to look at the next 4 games. Either the fight's over or the fight's just getting started.
Yeah.
And this will say a lot about the coaching and seeing if they actually still believe in him. Or this might be one of those ones that says, okay, Garrett's gone regardless. Now we can go out here and play.
Yeah.
We can get that off our back.
We were.
Laugh out loud, there he goes.
Well, this is the 49ers who put the front, the rushes with a bandit. Even though they do a great job making
It's 3rd and 7 from the Philadelphia 14-yard line. If nothing else, the Miami should be able to get within 3. Come on, let's see the play. I agree with you, Ivory, man. It's hard to believe that with Chris Richard as our defensive passing coordinator, and I think this is also another problem with our team as well, is that we have 4 interceptions. How you got to go the whole season with 4 interceptions?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
what's
just
killing
pathetic.
us. That's why our offense has to be number 1, but we're still, as far as yardage goes, but if
The
you look
score,
at points,
13-7, Philadelphia.
you look at points, we're not putting the points on.
Actually, let me. 13? 13-7. Okay, sorry, I didn't put the score out.
Winding down, and because of it, they took too long. They're going to have to use their first timeout. Again, going back to 4th down, 13 of 17 on 4th down. So it's a couple things. It's going for it quite a bit.
No, I don't want that.
But
Let's
you
see
know, we
if
talked
that
to
took
John
care of
Harbaugh
it.
the other day. It's also the approach.
There you go. Sorry, we got the score up there now.
Changes how you play call 3rd down.
3rd and 6, right? Third and 6 in the
We shouldn't
NFL. How many
bury
people run the
anymore.
ball third and 6? It's rare.
We
So third and 6, they run it with their quarterback.
Mark Holmes, you are praying we lose today? Are you as in the Eagles? I pray that the Eagles lose every day. There's no question on that one.
So they made the play call.
Hell yes, I'm praying that you lose today.
Have something lined up.
Because then at least I can talk some smack and say, yeah, we suck, but you guys suck even worse. It's called bragging rights.
Ah, bitch.
What's going on over there, Mike?
Me?
No, it's with Mike. I heard that. Ah!
Oh, that was me.
Oh, I thought you burned it.
That was me.
Oh.
I'm trying to turn the game on here.
Uh-oh. Eagles. First down on the Eagles' 5-yard line, Philly.
You can
Uh-oh.
watch that game if you want. I can get it on.
You can get it on?
Yeah, I can get it on.
Let's
If I have a
get it on.
computer.
Huh?
If I have a computer,
You
I
have
can
a
turn
computer?
it on. I have mine. Just a garbage computer, like one that, you know, you like, shit, every computer I got 800 wires plugged into it.
Well, we can take this one right here. Well, I actually can take this one right here. This is a small one.
No, I can plug it into the TV. Or you can leave it on the computer, it don't matter. Roll director.
Do you need a HC cable?
If you want me to hook it up to the TV, but I can get the game going.
Hold it.
Nice short hands by Hayden Hurst in this weather as well.
I can show you how to use the site. That way, if you want to use it, like I know sometimes you go watch.
Are you a C?
What's that?
Are you a C?
What do you mean?
Plug.
No, it's HDMI to HDMI. Whatever your. Oh, you want me to do it from my phone?
I thought that you. Oh, okay.
Maybe I can do it from my phone. I don't know if you have one of these. Maybe.
That's a C. No,
No, that's an iPhone.
that's an I. Okay.
Let me see. I don't know enough shit about your game.
Oh man, let's see. Can you cast?
This is cast.
As it send it to the TV?
Like Bluetooth?
Yeah, you can cast to TV.
Yeah.
You know how to cast to this one?
Not from the website.
Download
I
preview.
know YouTube you can. If you have the YouTube app, you can do it on YouTube, but I'm not doing it from the website.
Second to go from Philly 9.
Because some of the apps, they'll let you cast from the same app. Or the TV if you have it on
Actually, this is.
Disappointment.
This thing's pissing me off because I don't know how to use it.
So the second one of those on San Francisco.
Oh, you can just.
Yeah, you see a computer.
I'm not being able to get it from the phone.
Here.
Yeah, if you get, yeah, what's on?
Use this?
You can do it from the
Oh yeah, because you're just watching the game on this anyway, right?
Yeah. Duh. I'm not that bright, guy. Too much. Oh, sorry. Crack kills. Forgive me. I didn't mean to do that to y'all. Crack kills. I apologize. I need to get back on my keto diet because my ass is getting fat again and blowing out the jeans.
Hey, I was on my phone the other day. Just to give you some props. I was on my phone the other day and I said, "Who the hell's there on Mark's channel? Look like a thin guy." I was like, "Oh, it's Mark." I swear to God.
Yeah. Well,
No, I was like,
that must have been an older video.
I don't know, man, but I was like,
Yeah, you have thin down.
No, I put quite a bit back
did you
on
put it back on?
I know, but you still look thinner than you did years
it.
ago.
I'm gonna blame my wife because she got me a big jar full of naked ice. And you know, because when we were in Puerto Rico, I was buying them like crazy too. Then,
I was sweating those off though. From all that
okay, okay, maybe you were.
I know I was sweating off because I was not smelling white after work those days in that Puerto Rican heat.
I've got plenty of these. Why don't you take that? But how about Fred Warner continuing to
Come on, Dolphins, get in that end zone.
carrying it around because Quan Alexander said you should always have a football. And this is what we want to do is we want to take care of the ball and force them. Keep that with you.
Third and goal from Philly's 10. Come on, come on.
3rd and 8 for the Ravens.
Incomplete pass. Ah, damn. Fitz. Well, we got to try for the field goal.
Not sure which one he was going for. Now it's 4th and 8 and a field goal try.
All right, so he's working on seeing if we can actually see the game. Do you think we should let Malik Collins go? Depends on depending on how much money he's looking for. He's actually had a pretty good season. You know, people will say, let this guy go, let that guy go. The question is what do you have to replace him with?
Yeah, and
You
what's
know,
he asking for?
Right, what they're asking for, and what are your prospects? Is there a free agent that you can get for comparable money that'll be better? So you draft a guy, you know, you only have X number of draft picks, and when you're talking about having rookies, you don't always have, you know, players that are ready to step in. The shingles will fold like a house of cards.
Hello, my name is Itsy Bitsy. I love watching the weather. Rain again? That's impossible. I always plan ahead. Let's try one more time.
Robin, what do you think of the story so far?
Gee, I've always liked arachnids. Solid opening. Boy, I
But
can't
she still
wait
makes
to see how it ends.
What a coincidence. I can't wait for it to end too.
Okay, are you going to kick the field goal or what?
From Facebook.
When one chooses to walk the way of the Mandalore, you are both hungry and prey.
The Mandalorian now streaming
Hey, come help throw man with the dishes.
Okay, I'm still waiting for them to kick the field goal or something. Unless it was a penalty or being looked at. Still waiting for something to change on that. Redskins still down 14-6. Baltimore is up 17-14. Green Bay is over the New York Giants 17-10. Cleveland is over Pittsburgh 10-3, trying to get their fourth win in a row.
But if they win, if the Cleveland win
Tampa Bay
today,
is killing the Jags.
if Cleveland wins today, they
22-0.
have opportunity for a wild card.
McDonald's, buy one, get one for $1 deal this year. Buy one
Because the must win for Cleveland, they're still in the playoff food.
They must be reviewing the play or something.
I wish more people knew there's a chemical imbalance in the brain. How it's not
Let's
just
see what Philly has to say on it.
not being tough or being a man. We need more sympathy and empathy for these people. These cleats do more than support men in the field. They provide resources and aid for those affected by suicide. I'm Solomon Thomas, and I'm playing for the American Foundation for
Philly
Suicide
doesn't look too happy.
Coming up on the Visa halftime, the Browns and Steelers meet.
Okay, they're reviewing the play.
After their now hit from the 12, and the Titans
So,
and Colts battle
for pass interference.
AFC South matchup. Get yourself warmed up for the Visa halftime. It's next.
So they're reviewing a pass interference on the incomplete pass.
Only one pass interference caused it overtime.
Yeah.
13-play touchdown drive earlier in the game.
It's like, why make the play challengeable if it's only been
Tell me about both of these run games, Charles, and the
So we'll get the call here, hopefully sometime soon.
right now, though, Baltimore's winning that.
I don't know why they end up doing the pass interference, or, you know, making that a penalty. I mean, reviewable when they're not going to turn it over.
No, only one time it has been turned over.
Very long and getting tired. Right now, Baltimore
Only
has
one
the
time.
advantage. Can San Francisco even things up with their offense?
Oh, they must have overturned it because Fitzpatrick was just sacked at the 4-yard line.
This week, Thursday Night Football, it's a biggie. The Cowboys, well, they're not looking so good lately. They continue
Fourth and nine.
still alive Bears and Mitchell.
Barnett was injured on the play. His return is questionable. Second and goal at Philly's 4-yard line.
NFL Network also and streaming on Prime Video. So, wow, that game of importance. I think it's pretty obvious now. The Cowboys and Eagles, one of them wins the division, the other is out of the playoffs.
Okay, so the Eagles aren't exactly looking great here on the road.
So they're still in it. Plenty of time for the 49ers, all 3 timeouts as well. Left in the first half, and they're going to run it with Mostert keeping hold of the
Look at that, man. You got to start now looking at,
Where was Old Thomas?
you got to start looking at the 49ers as being legit now.
already has the big runner 40 for a touchdown.
Third and goal at Philadelphia's 1-yard line. Come on,
You already knew that one.
come on, Come on, Fitzmagic. Can we get some Magic Fitzpatrick scrambles for 3 yards?
Earl Thomas wasn't even out there for that play.
3rd and goal from the Philadelphia Eagles 1 yard line. Look at Philly 500.
But we already knew that one of the teams was going to be exposed.
Yes, I believe it.
What was that?
Here goes the play.
It's
3rd and goal from the
my
1.
man has hands on you.
I
They
think.
still couldn't stop him.
Pass incomplete to Allen Hurns. Damn.
Oh, he started to play now?
Damn.
No, I'm good.
Fitzmagic couldn't get the completion to Allen Hurns. 4th and goal at the Philadelphia 1. All right. If you're Miami, do you go for it on 4th and 1?
Yeah, yeah, your season's over. It's not like now you're just trying to do damage.
They weren't going. They weren't
You're just trying to do damage.
This is already was going on what they did.
Play in progress. They got a touchdown. They went for it on 4th down. Ah, snap. Hold it. Wait a minute. Wait. We got to get Philly up in here.
Yeah.
Oh, Philly. We're trolling you, my man. You know, you're my dog.
How did they overturn the
Pissing me
ball?
off. I'm gonna have trouble like this with the Cowboys game on.
Tripped up across the 42.
Okay, I think I got it this time.
Bring up a 2nd and long, and obviously clock down at a minute 3, but all
Something
three timeouts,
that
they still have
that
a lot of
good?
time.
I don't know.
However, you
They
think
fake it. Everybody bit, and he throws it. Unbelievable.
Look.
13-13.
Philly.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Philly looking worried. Philly looking worried. Okay, if you're a Cowboy fan, you got to feel a little bit better right now. But
I should,
the Eagles stink. You stink, Philly. You stink. Yeah, we talk about our Cowboys.
I'm not sold.
Hold up.
I'm not sold.
No, but hey, look, it's just a question of who sucks less. Okay, I'll be happy to say that we suck less than the Eagles.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't go that far.
Hey, win our division. At least it's something.
Yeah,
Can the Redskins say that? No.
Why? I mean, why not?
Can the Eagles say that? No.
Yeah, they
Can the Giants say that? No.
Yeah, they can.
Why not call timeout?
What?
Why not call timeout?
The Eagles,
8
regardless,
minus
will be
32.
possible.
You know, why not call
24?
timeout and get it right?
Actually, 24 other teams cannot say they won the division.
That's right.
There's 24 teams in the field that are not going to win the division.
All right.
By next week, I
Can't be mad with us. I'm pissed off. I think it's bad coaching. If you don't know what's going on there, then call timeout. You know what I mean?
Okay, we can turn Philly down.
Because the Niners are in a 2-minute drill right before the half. This was Kyle Allen throwing out of his own end zone, and a bad pass or a miscommunication with the wide receiver intercepted, and Washington
Interception.
touchdown on it.
Okay, so Carson Wentz.
Moreau is celebrating like he scored.
So they're in a dogfight.
I think they're going to look at this.
I love it.
It was originally called 1st and goal Washington. We'll let you know how it comes out in the wash. This game has gone pretty quickly in the first half.
No luck.
20 seconds
Yeah,
remaining
it
at M&T
started,
Bank in the
but it keeps
first half.
stopping. I
Robbie
don't know
Gould
why.
would love to get a field goal attempt to try and tie this thing up. It'll be a long one from where they're at. They're on the 37-yard line right now. Due to the precipitation.
All right.
They're kicking. It's 13-13, right?
No, 14-13 now. They got the extra point.
Okay, yeah, they're kicking the extra point right now here on what I'm watching. But it's like the internet is slow or something. You're gonna get
Are you,
super fast internet probably here.
I do. What are you on?
It's a little hot, but I
No, but how did you? Oh, my internet. That should be. Oh, I forgot. It's not your computer.
We can hook it up to the internet.
Update on the Pittsburgh
Looks like the,
No, not on this one. Oh, this. Oh, but unfortunately,
I have
this
the thing.
computer is like.
I have the thing you plug it into your computer. And it'll give you the, internet.
You got another one?
I said if that doesn't work, I have the thing for the internet.
No, but this.
I'm talking about
computer
I'm
will.
talking about the adapter for the internet.
Yeah, I forgot, but this computer is really slow.
Cause for my switch, I have to have the adapter to use the internet. So I have the adapter and the switches in place for the switch. And then the HDMI is right there too.
It's connected. No, you just
Might just take a second for it to.
Final minute here in Cincinnati in the first half.
it might take a minute. I'll keep playing with it.
Okay.
I'll find another.
I forgot that computer right there is kind of slow because it's just like a little netbook that I usually just use for graphics.
This will be a first down for the Jets. As Le'Veon Bell inside.
But in case you guys are just tuning in, the Eagles are down to the Dolphins 14-13. So, you know, I can't say that the Dolphins will win on this, but hey, the fact that they are down.
Well, this was on the first drive, first play.
Oh, I guess I need to change the score, don't I? Boom.
Down the field to Anderson,
Let's
and then
pull
this
that.
one right there in the breadbasket of Berrios. And again, we say the difference in the ball game is how many outstanding catches in contested situations have we seen from Cincinnati? Some great catches. Has had 10. We will.
See, this is one of those things that would be nice if I actually had
They have reviewed it.
it was more than just me to be able to run this shit. Philly, look at Philly's eyes. Look at him. He looks dazed and glazed over. Look at him. He's in a state of shock. Look at him.
I'm not so sure about chasing points at this point in time of the game, but when you've only won a couple games and
Whoever wins the NFC East should be banned from the playoffs. Come on, man.
Hey,
We can afford to pay Dak. Yeah, we can afford to pay because you know what? The salary cap is going to be taking another big jump again after the end of this year. And if they end up getting the new contract signed, you're going to see the salary cap blow up. Right now, it's not a matter of whether we can pay him or not. Because this is the crap we always hear is, oh, well, if the Cowboys pay him, they're not going to be able to pay anybody else. Isn't that what they said about Zeke Elliott? Is that what they said about D-Law? Didn't we end up paying them like... Yeah. And here it is. We really didn't have to pay Zeke Elliott.
We actually had extra year to pay him. Because he decided to get the whole day.
Oh, there you go. All right, so...
It's 14-13, 3:35.
Slide over this way. You turn the volume up?
Yeah, it's up.
Okay.
But like I said, you can hook that to the TV if you wanted. You got an HDMI. If this has one.
You got HDMI, unplug the switch and hook it up to the television network.
That's all we have. Okay. Oh, just a regular HDMI cable.
Well, no, just unplug the switch. There's one on the switch.
No, I had to think for a second. Sorry, my brain is...
I said the HDMI's on here. You don't need to plug anything in.
A bucket of cables up there? Yeah, look, that's HD quality and everything. You can plug it into that one and then change
the HDMI right here.
Oh.
I told you I had one. And have the adapter for the HDMI.
All right.
I think this has HDMI, right?
Yeah, that one does have, I'm talking about for the internet.
All right, we're getting the game on here.
Now they're going to review it. I think it ends up getting overturned. I'm going to, while they do that, we'll take a break back in half a minute after this from London.
Here, Mike, here's the power.
All you got to do is change the...
We come back to the scoreboard here. We go back to, let's go back to Baltimore, guys.
Oh, it might be because it's probably time now.
Seconds remain in the first half here. Last drive for the half for San Francisco. They do have 2 timeouts.
Good thing we have Cowboys Crunk in the house.
Yeah, there it is on the television. Sometimes I'll do that if it's hooking up to the TV.
Oh.
That's good enough.
What's that? Turret power?
Yeah.
Yes, it
Make
is.
sure it does not die on us.
There you go.
No, you're gonna plug one.
You are the man.
Yeah,
No,
and
plug
like I
one
said,
in.
even like when they black out the Cowboys games, I go straight to this shit and watch it.
Okay, can you turn it up just the TV up a little? Okay. We're actually looking live at the Eagles game right now. And it's 14-13 Dolphins.
Everybody on my channel knows what this is.
What's that?
This website.
Oh, okay.
The guy Dan Black, the
Yeah.
one, I don't know if you recognize the name. He's on your channel a lot too.
Yeah.
I call him Big Splat. Big Black Splat. I don't know what. He's got a nickname. I can't say it.
That will take us to the 2-minute.
Okay.
All of my, I try to have nicknames so at least I remember some of them.
I need to get that saved from you then.
Yeah, it's good.
I know, because I'm
Dallas
not that
don't stand a
big when I
chance
move.
49ers
Oh,
will
yeah.
Saints. Okay.
For sports, you can catch everything on there. Even like your WWE pay-per-views, all that's on
Well,
there.
I have the networks on.
Yeah.
You know,
Always plan ahead.
Let's-
Let's try one more time.
All right, so if you guys are just tuning in, the Eagles are down
Are you still
14-13.
Mrs. Pig?
Solid
Miss Piggy?
opening. Boy, I can't wait to see how it ends.
Why does they have a
People
him
wish
and
so
this
bad
baby
for
have
the
a
Eagles
baby
to
that is
lose
just a fraud.
so
It
bad.
ain't like
My
a
question
frog
is, give
pig or
me
nothing.
100
They
degrees
did
Fahrenheit.
the scoop on that on film.
Why we're gonna beat the Bears?
They
Really?
did
It's
what they had to
football.
do to
Well,
get-
here's the thing, though. You know what's crazy? If the Eagles lose this game, this is how bad our division is right now.
Yeah.
They'll be out.
Hold on.
They might be out of the
You
playoffs.
understand this? If the Eagles lose this game,
They'll be out of the
we
playoffs.
can lose to the Rams.
If we both all lose out.
No.
Well,
If
we
they,
can't do
no.
that.
If
We
they
can't do
just
that.
lose this game,
Yeah.
we can lose against the Bears and the Rams and still be playing for first place
Yeah,
against them.
exactly.
So yeah, I'm hoping the Eagles lose. Hey, I don't care. Hey, if we're 7-9 and win the division, I'm okay with that.
Are you okay with keeping Jason Garrett though? If that
And
means
we get rid of Jason Garrett.
No, I mean if we
Hey.
keep him. If that means we keep him.
Cowboys have quit 6-10. NFC East is embarrassing. The Eagles are struggling against the
I don't
Dolphins.
blame
Oh
them.
yeah,
They're not embarrassing.
that's what because you know what, the Eagle fans, you better pray. You better pray that you guys don't lose this game because I will go haul ham on you guys because you guys trolled the F out of me all Thanksgiving Day. Like y'all done something, like y'all beat us. Y'all team is trash. Trash. Mike is maxing out. Oh, I'm sorry.
What team
I'm
is
sorry.
that? You talking about the Eagles?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got too excited. The Eagles are trash.
Oh, the Eagles aren't trash.
They're trash.
They're the slime at the bottom of the trash. You know, like when you even when you take the trash out, it still got that slime in
You
there.
know, you ever look.
No, I used to be.
I saw a picture. I was like, did he Photoshop that shit?
That was still.
I thought.
You can get a real deal.
I looked and I said, he Photoshopped that shit.
I was a little Brock Lesnar back then.
Choose another for just an extra buck.
I went from 145 to
Yeah, but Eagles fan, here's the thing. Yes, you beat the Eagles, the Jets, and the Bills. I agree. But yet, somehow, some way, you're still below the Cowboys. So what you got to say about that? It doesn't do you any good if you lose to the Lions, Atlanta, and then Miami, now does it?
More sympathy and empathy for these people. These cleats do more. than
Rumor has it
support
that
the field.
Cooper and Byron are going to test the free agent market.
By suicide.
Byron Jones, I don't think I'd have as much of a problem with it. Amari Cooper, losing him, or I tell you what, you gotta.
I would take Gallup.
If you lose Amari Cooper, you gotta sign back Randall Cobb.
Welcome back, Kenny Albert.
You gotta sign
I
him
think
back,
the
and
Michael
then you're
Gallup.
drafting a wide receiver.
Yep, and then you're hoping Gallup steps up even a little more. And the change we've seen in Gallup this year, you know, sometimes those are the moves you have to make.
Yeah.
The next guy up theory with the draft. You know what? Let that guy go. Next guy up, Michael Gallup, you're our X now.
I wouldn't
You
mind
got to
that.
do it. Yeah, he's playing great, man. Some of those balls he's went up for and he didn't get.
Eagles trying to take
I
the
was
lead
surprised
here.
he got a hand on some of them. The last one thrown at the end of the game,
Oh, it's behind.
where he almost did that Rico Gathers catch where he reached over to
There's
them.
26 seconds
defender.
left. The Eagles have a 3rd and 2 at the Miami 12.
First and 10 is Wentz.
Uh-oh, that screen's got some potential right there. That was a tight end screen.
Yeah, it's buffering a lot. I wonder if it's buffering because of the spot that that computer's at now.
Because of the spot it's sitting in.
The Wi-Fi is all the way over there,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's sitting kind of low. Maybe if we put it up higher.
I'm sure it's not the internet. I think they're-
Oh, it's hooked to the Ethernet cable?
Yeah, it is. It might be the other side.
How did you hook it up to the Ethernet
I
cable?
told you I have the thing for it.
He had an adapter over there.
Oh, okay.
I don't-
Place I watch YouTube.
That's my issue with.
Try it without the Ethernet cable.
Unplug
Because
this
the
thing.
Ethernet, yeah, the Ethernet cable sometimes. I'm not sure that it because
Don't take any unnecessary
took off.
chances.
We'll
This is a
see.
very good screen football team. Doug Peterson is always
That's a good picture, huh? For not being
That's-
able to get the game.
for yeah
For
that's the
for the
same.
black market,
always keep an eye
for
on
underground.
Play in progress. There's 26 seconds left to go
football field, especially
in the quarter.
Oh, that's ahead of this.
Carson, yeah, the game is actually at 26 seconds. Carson went for 2 yards.
red zone.
Is a first down. First and goal at Miami's 10.
Wentz on first down.
Oh,
hands
shit.
off. It's Sanders.
You know what? See, when it buffers, it loses that time. So that's why it's so far behind.
Forced out of bounds.
I could refresh it and it'll catch back up.
13-yard
Probably
line,
where
first
you
down
are.
from a minute.
There's 20 seconds to go in the half. First and goal at the 10. The Eagles have 2 timeouts.
12 remaining.
This kid adds a different dimension to the running game. You know, Jordan Howard is in the running leads. Has over 4 yards a carry, but he does it in a completely different way.
Eagles still have 2 timeouts left.
To get to the edge and that explosion.
Okay, so it's not the Ethernet.
So we haven't lost the division game.
No.
So even if we lose to the Eagles, we're still 1-1 with them.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it goes head to head first, right?
Right.
And then it's division. So even if we
5-yard penalty on the Eagles, Dallas Gephardt.
if we end up 1-1
False start,
with the
5
Eagles,
yards.
if we end up with the same record and we end up 1-1 with the Eagles, then it goes to the division record. We still beat them because we haven't lost a division game yet. They lost to us, and they lost one of the games to the Giants or the Redskins, right?
Did they? I don't think so.
Let me see. I'll look at their division record. I know their division. If you look at the standings, it shows their division record. They got 2 losses in the division.
How did they lose to the division? Because I'd be clowning the hell out of them if they lost to the Redskins and
Yeah,
Giants.
I'd have to check that. I need Stevie Mack here. That's my.
Touchdown pass to Miles Sanders, who has
Pass
54
incomplete.
yards on the ground.
Carson Wentz down here. Money time.
Alshon Jeffrey.
2nd and goal from the Miami 15. Short pass. Incomplete.
USA is supposed to have good internet connection.
That computer again isn't the best of computers. I mean, it has a very limited I tell you, it makes because it'll freeze up on me and when I'm just doing Facebook live. Close up all the other stuff.
Oh yeah, that might. I saw the other windows. It escape. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll.
Because Facebook's running in there.
No, I don't care about
And this play is blown in.
Okay.
Oh, you did it.
Okay. Oh, close to me. Backward starts. Oh, they settled for. Oh, they got a touchdown. Carson Wentz, 15-yard touchdown. Boo. Okay. So they got a touchdown before the half. Boo.
Loud enough in here. I think he got.
Boo.
Thrown off by the hard count of his quarterback. Clock will stop, so they're.
Nevertheless, Mr. Ed 209, it would help Zeke in the run game, open up the pass and confuse the defense. Oh, you're talking about trickery?
10-second runoff or
Yeah.
the need for them to waste.
Did you see how many different plays that were trick plays or gadget plays that
15-yard line.
they did with Buffalo? The end around pass
Oh yeah.
and stuff. I mean, they pulled out all the stops.
Well, that's another thing that pisses me off. We never have that. Bill Belichick has a play in his shoe under his gel sole
Every
that he'll
week
pull
he's
out,
got
and
something.
then he's got one in his tucked in his Fruit of the Loom back here in the back.
Yep.
They pull out and those are the 3 or 4 plays you need that win the game for you.
Right.
You know,
And we never have those.
Let's say it's a 3rd and 6. There's a minute and a half left. 2 things are going to happen. You're either going to get the first. You're going to possibly score some points and run the clock out.
Right.
Or you're going to give them the ball back with enough time to score. So that's a 3rd and 6 that's super important. It's not like there's 11 minutes left in the quarter. You don't get the first down. Of course they're going to get the ball back whether you score or not. But you've got to close out quarters or halves and the end of the game with points. And you've got it. Those 3rd downs with 2 or 3 minutes left.
Make
Those
all
are
the difference
important.
in the world.
Yeah, because you give the ball back to the other team. If they get it back and score, if they got the ball coming out of the half, now they had two possessions in a row.
So the next 4 games,
Look,
for the Eagles are all divisional games.
Yeah. Right.
And they'll win at least 3 out of the 4.
I tell you what, is it going to be hard for you to get to pull that site up on this computer?
What's that? No, I can pull it up on
Because
that.
I think part of it
Pull it up on
is
that? Part of it might be that.
hopefully you've got to plug it in because the battery sucks.
Oh,
So plug that out. You can plug that back in.
go on this side, right?
Other side.
This side, all right.
And see if you can get
Yeah, it already went off. No, it didn't.
it. It'll come back up. It's just the battery on
Damn,
it.
you got like 25 windows open.
That's okay. That computer will take it.
So
Uh-oh.
What?
Nothing.
Did you mess it up?
No, I saw
Let me
something.
pull up
I'm
my
not worried
own
about
site
it.
here and get.
That's cool.
Because that one's not doing it.
I gotta find the link at.
Thank you, sir.
I added it to your favorites.
Oh, did you? Okay. And hopefully it doesn't mess up my YouTube.
No.
as long as you're not showing it, it doesn't matter.
The thing is, different computers will kind of
Well, this computer is just, like I said, this was just a cheap computer that I got for having as an extra one, so I can Skype people in and stuff.
different computers open different. Like some computers, it won't open on.
Okay. Let's get back to our.
So it's still,
I think
yeah,
it's that one.
I need to change the button there.
I know it's 500. All right, let's see. The Eagles are back on top, sadly. I hate to admit it. The Eagles are on top
That's good.
going into the half. Philly still looks scared. Forgive me while I try and get this back going, guys. Playing musical computers.
Oh, there it is.
That's Philly 500, yeah. He looks like a Shingles fan. Yeah, it is. We're basically watching him live and die with his Eagles. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
I've got 2 seconds left in the quarter.
Yeah, it's
In the half,
yeah, it's
or is it already over?
Did I just screw up? I think. Oh no, I didn't. Okay.
Not sure what's going on here.
Jeez.
Tonight is trying this stuff.
Let's go like that. Okay. Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it, but well, they're at break right now.
It's probably about halftime now.
Yeah.
Okay,
they-
so
they
here
use
we
that
are
time.
with the sky cam. Okay. I've kind of got my cameras are mixed up number wise. Okay. All right, so it's good.
Yeah, we'll see. The picture wasn't real great when it went into, but I didn't have it was still kind of loading.
What does it normally do at halftime? Does it show the
It
game?
depends on where you're streaming in from. Sometimes it'll show commercials. Sometimes it'll, like the other channel we're watching was showing all the commercials. It shows the half. Some of these they go to like a
Right.
dead screen.
Yeah, and that's probably what they're doing on
Yeah.
that one. Okay.
So I'm gonna try to load another one that
Okay.
that has the actual.
We are trying to chase Young. Hey there. How are you doing? Jason Garrett stinks. Oh lordy, we got the Jason Garrett troll up in here. Screw you, dog.
You know, I'll block that fool if it's the same guy.
Yeah, for real.
Because he gets on my nerves. Oh, I'm getting a 5-year extension.
Yeah.
I know it's not the
7
real.
and 5. Someone's going to drop the.
I know it's not the real Jason Garrett, but
Remember,
still.
Houston sits in
you know,
first
you're on my
place after
nerves.
defeat in the AFC South. Texans have the
We tried to get Chase Young.
on Sunday night.
I don't know who that is.
Jason Garrett, you suck. You suck, you suck, you suck. And get off my channel. You suckage.
He's blocking.
I
Kiss my high yellow
I blocked
high.
him before, and they made another made another page, I guess. This was months and months ago. I blocked someone who was named Jason Garrett.
Hard to believe that Philip Rivers is about to be benched. You know that?
Yeah, but he's getting old.
Yeah, but he's on that Hall of Fame talk, kind of like Eli Manning.
But again, another one of those quarterbacks, great numbers, but doesn't have the wins behind it.
Yeah, but it's not up to us who goes in the Hall of Fame. Because it's not up to the NFL who goes in the Hall of Fame. They have no say in who goes in the Hall of Fame.
So the Eagles are having all they can, trouble-wise with the Dolphins, only winning up 21-14.
At least the Colts are winning.
Carson Wentz 15 of 25 for 148 yards, 2 TDs.
Let's see who the push is on. Could be. Well, that's the tight end Jeremy Sprinkle. Well, that's what's going to happen. So now all of a sudden, instead of a 40-yard field goal.
Let's see if there's any other headlines here. Of course, no progress on Cooper or Dak. I don't expect either of them to be signed before the end of the season.
Pass interference, offense number 87.
It's just going to be a little bit short. It's close to
It's officially December when Eagles 5 and 6 have a cakewalk schedule. At the Dolphins, at the Giants, at the Redskins, and at the Cowboys, and then at the Giants. So, man, they got the Giants twice still, and the Redskins again. So no, they haven't lost any games in the division.
Yeah, they haven't. They only played two.
They haven't had any.
Yeah.
They only played two. No, they lost one against us, but other than that, they didn't
One
lose.
and one in the division.
Because they beat the Redskins to start the season off. The last four are against divisional opponents.
Yeah.
They played New York Giants twice. Because they should easily split with the division. Split the last four.
Well, the Cowboys are just about done practice. Redskins
Did they
kick
block
is
it?
blocked.
Huh.
But they're holding tight, 14-12.
Look, the main thing is to try to see what they would have with Haskins. Because he's starting the rest of the season.
And the extra point is good in Indy, so it's Colts 17.
But the rest of us mess up and win some
Marcus
games.
Musher, I like this.
And
I'm
the
going to give you
Bengals,
some breaking news.
no matter what
Dallas
they do,
is going to
they'll
let Amari
have
Cooper
money
enter
on
free
pick.
agency if he will be the team next year and beyond. Yeah, I have to agree with that one.
For Rodgers, 10 of 15 passing for a $152.
And that means your defense is not
I'll
used to
pull
being
it for
on
you.
the field that long. Today it's San Francisco's defense that's getting the extra time out there with Baltimore possessing the ball.
Marcel Harris is in, number 36.
Cowboys are
See, why can't we do that? He faked it and ran it for the first. Why can't we do that with that?
Because we're Cowboys, son. Hello.
Good morning.
Hey, Marvin.
All right.
Is Tracy up there?
Yeah, she's here. She like Roscoe.
How you
I
doing?
thought that was your wife.
No, this is Marvin.
Yeah, the
Corbin is.
Who's here? A friend of ours.
friend of that works with Tracy.
Kidnapping my wife for the evening for her birthday early.
Hello, nice to meet
This
you.
is
My name's
Calvin.
Mike.
I'm
I
Mike.
love your hair.
Oh, thank you.
You do it or you got it done?
I just got done.
It looks
The
good.
Redskins are holding tight, 14-12.
I know.
Two about the 41.
Coming down for some weight.
Help yourself.
Mostly zone defense anyway, but we asked Robert Solomon.
So, Croc, who would you like to see if the Cowboys have this coach?
Apparently is going to
I
play in the
want to see
second
Charlotte.
half. That was the scene at the end of the first
I'd like to see Richard also. I'm cool with Kitna. I think Moore's a little young.
I think we have the same. I think we have the same thing with Jace Garrett at Kellen Moore.
Well, here's the thing with Chris Sharks. A lot of people are talking about the defense, so the defense stinks and everything else.
Yeah.
I wonder.
I think a lot of that is Jason Garrett.
You know, it's kind of like when they say you have two quarterbacks, you don't really have a quarterback. And you got Rod Marnelli, who has his system that he's been working on since 2013. And then you have Chris Richard. If this is really a good example for Chris Richard of what he can do or not do, you follow what I'm saying? If he he's not really in charge of the defense, and if he would be doing things differently. Although I will also say it seems like he's been Garrettized too. Doesn't seem like he's quite as passionate on the sidelines as he used to be.
That's the thing I wonder is what would Jerry Jones be doing?
Okay. All right. So.
You have to watch that tonight.
So this is a much better connection.
Well,
Right now they're just doing the halftime.
Sure. Okay.
How
about we hold on?
Whoa.
You're ready to start second.
Whoa.
Change it up.
Oh no, I thought that was what's his name? I thought that was one of Chris Richard's boys. Was that Richards? Sherman? It's hard to tell sometimes.
Being in Houston,
a lot of people have dreads.
And sometimes I'll go to NFL Network. I'm like, they got it.
Oh, so he fumbled. Oh no, it's Harris. That's what I thought. I thought it was
He stripped it out.
No, he stripped it and he got it.
You thought it was Richard Sherman?
Yeah, it looks like Richard Sherman, but it's not. No, the way he stripped it, he kind of rolled over and then touched the ground. So that was a good strip.
Okay. Good play.
As he stripped it, he brought it right back into the body and then touched the ground. So that's a fumble. I was like, oh.
A rare turnover by the potential MVP, and what a play. By the way, that was a player that was replacing
Maybe your brother's to the signal.
was injured trying to tackle Mark Ingram. Marcel Harris, number 36, a backup player, coming in and making a huge play.
Doing the same thing.
While the Ravens were driving.
Oh, the Bengals gonna win their first game?
Potential scoring opportunity.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's got number one pick.
Holy shit, yeah.
In Cincinnati, an injured Jet will be attending.
If they win more than the Redskins, well, if the Redskins win, then they can win another game and still have number one pick.
Oh yeah. He's a Cowboy hater, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Give it to Mostert. Raheem Mostert had a great first half, including a 40-yard touchdown.
Okay.
The 49ers are the real
Put
deal.
him over 90 yards. Titans and Colts. Third
What am I
quarter.
seeing as
Boy, everybody's killing. So Jason Garrett, buddy, since you're on here on the chat,
How did practice go today?
tell me.
How did practice go today? That's what I like to know.
It's a family channel. Yeah, it's a family-friendly channel.
It's more friendly.
So Jason Garrett,
Honestly, 13 years old.
what are you gonna do differently? Why should we believe in you now, buddy? Since you're in here,
I don't
take it up with Mark Holmes if you don't like it. Chaff. Oh, did somebody's trying to start some shit? Oh, damn, you're right. Sorry, but you are 100% right. I forgot that's got the TV on it.
Right back to the edges again.
Did it?
And look at how
It's kind of the side eye of it. It's kind of diagonally. It's not really clear. I need
They hit you for
it.
Who gives a shit? You don't take a chance, right?
Yeah, just like this.
You know, I've been meaning to tell you this 3 or 4 times when we start talking. Remember when your channel went down last year? I was just starting mine up, and I actually purposely tested. I was like, man, because remember you were like, I don't know what the hell's going on. I kept testing them. They finally hit me, and they cut me off. But I had that channel shut down because I was trying to figure out what was going on with yours.
What I honestly think it was this, because they're really anal about how you put stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it was because I would say Dallas Cowboys, whoever live stream. That's why you got to put reactions, or whatever on it, so it's separate. But I think where they got me was because I was doing Dallas Cowboys talk at work. That was the name of the title. And we were working in my workshop. And we're talking about the Cowboys while I'm doing woodwork. And I think their bots went there and said, there's nothing here that says Dallas Cowboys, even though I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys while I'm working. So it's a live stream from my shop. And it was right after that it got shut down again. And they said it's spamming because the way it reads is you're manipulating the system by being something that you're not. So basically they're saying that you're spamming. But it's like, I talk about the Cowboys everywhere I go. And I would put a picture, and the picture of it was of the Cowboys. So that's where the system is just crazy. But I think what's really happening though right now is YouTube is trying to weed out a lot.
Yeah.
When you have the whole thing with COPA, which is their kind of opportunity to kind of make some changes, what they've actually put in, the changes that take place starting the 8th. Oh, we're getting ready to start. Okay. Is
at the end of the second quarter. Instead, the Steelers
this one gets the internet good, so that's from coming from the site.
a chance to grab the lead here early stages third quarter.
What they put in there is if your channel is not commercially viable, they have the right to shut you down. So in other words, saying, well, if we're not making any money off you, we'll just delete your account. And so what they're really trying to do is they're trying to get more of becoming like Netflix, where they're streaming games and everything else.
Yeah.
And they're not so bothered with having millions of people that are not really doing a whole lot for them on their bottom line. At least that's what I believe it is.
So Burris got him down low, and then Schobert wrapped him up. 3rd and 7 for the Steelers.
That ain't Jason Garrett. That's Kellen Moore with a burner account. Can't be Marinelli because he may not be internet social enough. Oh, man. Nice pajamas, Mike. Do you think we're going to keep Cobb? Depends on how much money. I mean, Cobb has resurrected his career. We are not focused or don't believe in analytics. We do things different here in this organization. From our defensive coaching all the way to our special teams, we are a work in progress. Yeah, in other words, what you're really saying is you suck, Jason Garrett. That's what you're saying, buddy. We just suck. We don't believe in actually winning. We just go with our freaking gut. And you know what? We do things differently than everybody else. And this is where you have to look at this stuff and think, here's how crazy it is. You know, the Cowboys were the first team to actually use a computer.
Back and forth there. Gene Steratore watching as well.
They end up getting a mathematician from India who knew nothing about football to make the algorithms for them to go ahead and use to help draft players, as well as statistical probability on what plays to call depending on down and distance. And here it is, we have Jason Garrett who says, analytics? I don't need no stinking analytics. Man, are you kidding me? And that's why you get your ass handed to you all the time.
Yes, sir.
You know, you think about all of the innovations that Tom Landry came up with, you know, from finding guys that didn't, weren't even football players, from like Bob Hayes. Think about the shotgun. You think about the flex defense. What innovation do we have besides losing?
The current Cowboys?
Current Cowboys. What can you look and say, wow, that's a change up? You know, you've seen other teams come up with Wildcat, pistol formation, different wrinkles, on the West Coast. What have we seen from the Dallas Cowboys?
The bubble screen. I'm joking. We
didn't come up with that.
No, but that was the only play we ran in 2017. It was the bubble screen offense. That's all it was. I was like, if I see another freaking
the Dolphins onside kicked it? Did you see that?
Surprise onside kicks. He's also tried a fake punt.
Don't think it was successful.
That's going to be
That's it, yeah.
The
Eagles got great field position. Womp, 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 womp.
Hey, they're showing the game.
But it's the red zone. The onside kick gave him the ball in great field position.
In Jacksonville, Gardner Minshew is now quarterbacking.
Gardner Minshew again.
Nick Foles has been benched.
Nick
Nick Foles been benched.
He had 93 yards passing, an interception, and 2 fumbles.
2nd and 6.
For Jacksonville, down 25-zip to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With Gardner Minshew in the game for the Jags offense.
That right there just goes to show Nick Foles being benched. He's looking horrible, and I don't think players change that much. The things around them. A quarterback, the things around you change, and
I'm telling you, the Eagles had lightning in a bottle that year.
Yeah.
They had a great running attack. They had a great defense, and
it takes a lot to make a mediocre quarterback look great, but they did. They had everything else.
We have become the Redskins begging for a win. Wow. Our winning formulas are the process. Our boys get out there and play and do their job. Tell me about the wins we've had there, Jason Garrett, the last 2 weeks there, buddy.
Look at the Giants about to put the Packers tie up. Giants about to tie up the Packers.
Oh, 2014. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, see, what I was concerned about, I was wanting the Packers and New Orleans and these players to start losing so that hopefully we'd at least get a home field advantage first round, but that's not going to happen.
If we win the division, we'd have a home field game.
Yeah, just...
but that would be basically, yeah. Unless a wild card ended up advancing.
Uh-oh. Look at Kirk Cousins! Oh, listen, I mean, I was thinking it was a damn...
Daniel Jones.
The color looks purple. I thought it was Minnesota.
It does.
That blue is a different color than I normally wear, I think.
They're in field goal range, but it's 3rd and 6, and Jimmy Garoppolo
oh, look.
lateral back to Mostert, and
Eagles in the red zone, 2nd and 8. 3rd down and 6.
Dallas Goedert makes the catch for Philadelphia. 3rd down in the red zone for the Eagles when they run their next snap. But
I haven't watched Luda Magruder's video this weekend. Was it any good?
I didn't see it.
He was pissed just like everybody else.
3rd down and 5 for the Eagles in the red zone.
But the thing
Touchdown, Eagles. So Miami trying to give them the game.
That's exactly me during the game. The whole time. What do you do? Run, Jason.
Jason Garrett, I think the Giants are in need of your winning formula. Hey Mark, we've been studying the tapes and we are back to the drawing board. We know we made mistakes and we learned from the playing format of our previous season. Meanwhile, we are making adjustments. Buddy, read between the lines. Read between the lines.
We'll come back to Lucas Oil Stadium for a play or two.
Okay, so Miami ended up trying to be cute and just, wow. Jacoby Brissett, that was bad.
Oh.
That was just bad. Trying to make a play, he threw off his back foot and had nothing there.
That dude looked big as hell. Kobe?
Who? Jacoby Brissett?
No, Kobe.
Oh.
I don't know. He looked, the guy in the middle, look.
Yeah, he
That's
does.
a trash can full of dirt right there.
That is a big boy.
90. Look how big that is. He's twice as wide as me. Hey, honey. Oh, I like your sweater.
He's got 3 people on there.
You doing your makeup?
Okay. So
We're
the
just
Eagles
sitting
are.
here.
Oh, I need
Here,
to.
Mark.
Hey, how are you doing?
But we're saying hello real quick. Oh, okay, you want some wings?
Playoff hopeful Packers.
You're cold, man.
Oh, you're going to go to Red Lobster and get a pizza? All right. I love you. I'm here. I'll let you know when I'm leaving.
I think that was a pretty good call
All right,
right there.
kisses.
He took both arms, wrapped it around Wilson's leg, and brings back the big run by Bell.
Oh, Philly's happy now.
Of course he's happy.
Philly's happy now that Miami is trying to give them the game.
I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that?
If it gives us one step closer to finding Jason Garrett.
So we're going to look at that play again.
Because
177 come
other than
around.
us, I think the Eagles probably could win at least 3 out of the next 4
We're
games.
still waiting on the
in the division.
Ravens and Niners to come out of a break.
Well.
So as long as we beat the Eagles, though, we'll own the division. If we
Oh!
beat the Eagles,
Uh-oh, who are they going to give that to?
Oh, they're fighting.
Keep fighting. You better keep fighting. They're going to give it to the offense. Yep. Dude, they still both have possession.
Well, that's because the other guy was on the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, it was on the ground first.
Look at this.
As
They
were
both
fighting
got
for it.
possession at the same time.
In baseball goes to the runner. Or to the instant replay.
Ooh.
It's more.
They gave it to the offense.
It's because both of them they didn't have a decisive person to get the ball.
That was a tight play.
That's as tight as it gets right there.
I know it's
That's
like,
flip a coin right there.
Yeah.
Fighting for the
Like,
football. First down, or a completion, I should say, for Cleveland. 4th down here. Let's listen in Baltimore.
Ravens still up 17-14.
Uh-oh.
San Francisco going forward on 4th down.
How are we not fucking playing to our potential? Like, you see the
And
Ravens.
there's a flag.
to me, I don't understand these teams make one small adjustment and just go to the top of the food chain, like the Ravens. I mean, it's a quarterback, I understand, but we did the same thing when Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott came in, and we remember Romo went down. We're all like, the season's freaking done. The season is done. No, I know you weren't. You were a Dak Prescott fan before he was even on the Cowboys, but. I mean, most people were like, "Oh, we're done." I mean, how many times have we seen it? Romo goes down and the season's over. And for us to go 13-3, and with them as rookies,
with Green Bay,
and now they're in their prime. These guys are in their prime. Dak and Zeke should be in their prime. I know the running back, you can be in your prime your first year, and that to me, that's the way a safety is too.
And that's why. And again, that goes back to why did we waste this season with Jason Garrett?
We're wasting they have a lifespan, and we're wasting it.
We're wasting Tony Pollard.
You're not saying anything I haven't said.
Yeah, we're wasting
talent. That's what it is.
We've already had Jason Garrett with Tony Romo and DeMarco Murray and Des Bryant, Tyson Witten and DeMarcus Ware. You had a great group of guys.
Yeah.
You can go through and look around and say how many teams that won the Super Bowl had that kind of collection of players. You didn't.
They're making the moves that Jason Garrett has wanted for the most part. Dez being gone, I think, is part, and we're going backwards.
You know, they always, people always say, well, Dak Prescott doesn't win unless things are perfect. It's not Dak Prescott.
No.
It's Jason Garrett and the Cowboys, though, because they have one plan, and when that falls through, we're screwed. We don't know what to do.
And another part of that is, like I said before, or mentioned before, with us not getting turnovers, we never have good field position. So Dak can put up numbers all game. He can get us down there.
That you have to get more yardage than everybody else.
We're getting more yards, but we're not getting touchdowns and the more yards you have to go, the more opportunity the other team has to get a takeaway from you. If you've got to go from the 20 all the way to the end zone, or the 10, that's 90 yards they have of making a play that'll change the game.
Right.
You know, if you can get the ball every once in a while at the 50, or get a takeaway.
Oh my God, or get a pick six or something. Yeah.
And the games that we've had that, we dominate. We killed New England, not New England, we killed Philly, the last time we played Philly, and the last time we played the Giants.
Dolphins aren't dead yet. They're moving the freaking ball. Ryan Fitzpatrick is doing great.
I thought Tannehill was playing.
Tannehill's with Tennessee.
Oh, no.
Ryan Tannehill came from Miami.
No, it's not. That was the other game.
Yeah.
High score, 49ers and
no, that was Foles that one.
Yeah,
that's the wrong team.
They decided to go. They started Fitzpatrick. I think they made that call yesterday. I don't know. I saw it on
Miami's 2nd and 4 on
I'm not talking about
Philadelphia's 37.
In the battle of 6 and 5 teams, Colts
Let's try it now. Let's try the Sky Cam because we moved it. Hey, everybody!
Oh yeah, I might be taking
What's that?
Well, they have authentication on my game like this.
Oh yeah.
That's the Tom Landry sign.
Well, I need to call in to check about my tickets.
What are you talking about? Getting
I didn't get the package from Joseph yet either.
Did you check the?
I'll have to check. I gotta get the tracker from him.
Well, you might want to check on the tracking and see what the
So Thursday, you don't know what you're doing for the game Thursday.
Hey, babe.
Hello, how are you? How you been?
You coming out for some wings?
How you doing?
You coming out for wings or to say bye?
I forgot Mike was down. I forgot Mike was down here.
Okay.
No, I'm not working today.
You forgot Mike was down here?
Which one? This one or this one?
We got 2 mics. We got Mike and Mike.
This one.
You remember?
Mike is always down.
Okay.
I'm not working today.
All right.
Go
So
hang out.
Oh, you hung it up. Looks good.
still kind of busy over there. I got to find a new home for the 20-yard line.
Did you get rid of something?
No,
Well,
it's
that
kind of
was over
rewritten.
here.
Well, I did take some of the smaller ones down.
Holding. Offense, number 74.
In the off season, we'll get you to come down and coordinate.
Second down. And former Steeler Chris
Okay. So you heading out to have fun?
Cleveland drive for you, but back
Ladies,
about
ladies.
10 yards. Let's go to a red zone possession now.
Hey, y'all gotta come to Bahrain, make a trip, man.
You want to go to Bahrain?
Fitzpatrick is thrown.
No, it's not bad. It's like Dubai. It's the same. It's similar to Dubai. It's a lot of deep sea fishing and stuff like that.
Let me say yes to
Okay.
Dolphins!
Free room and board.
Touchdown, Dolphins! There you go. Dolphins aren't dead yet.
That's another one.
She's doing good. I just called her. She's doing her makeup and playing, and she's gonna go to. She does things to fill time because I'm not there. You know, I feel bad. But I'll get home soon.
How long are you?
It's supposed to be a 2-year deal. But once I'm there a year, I can start applying for other positions. And matter of fact,
So during a year, how much time do you actually get to be home?
30 days.
That's it for a whole year?
Yeah, but my wife comes over. And she's
Oh,
coming
she
over.
comes with good.
Yeah, they pay for it. They ship all your household goods up, your car, everything, ship it. They ship your animals, they cover all that. The wife can come, they pay for her ticket, they pay for the kids, they put the kids on insurance. They got a college over there. It's a full military base, just like Fort
Okay.
So kids can go to college there.
All right, so the Dolphins, had they not, here's the thing about this game. The Dolphins basically have made this game, the Dolphins have made this game for the Eagles, turning the ball over on the first play, and then the onside kick giving them great field position.
Another man got Puerto Rico. He's like down there safe.
Got your money?
But most of them went to go pay off debts. So.
You got yours?
Like you said, pay most
Check
of
the
the
field.
debt.
I got free clothes.
But at least I got a nice outfit.
British
Black
Airways
Friday, so.
lost my luggage, so they gave me a voucher to go get one set of clothes and some toiletries. I guess. So I got a matter of fact, I got a Dallas Cowboy hoodie, a Dallas Cowboy sweatpants, some socks, some underwear, and a Dallas Cowboy and this T-shirt.
Did they ever find you?
$75. I got it all free. Yeah, my suitcase showed up the next day. Yeah, so I got free Cowboy gear from British Airways. Even
Extra
though
point. Oh, Dolphins.
It was kinda
Jeez,
cool.
you missed the extra point. You guys stink. How you miss the extra point? What do you got, Maher there? Damn. And I had the score ready to go. Thank you, Dolphins.
You changed it to
what you gotta do, you gotta come down. Y'all gotta come down to Houston. I gotta come visit.
Next time we're out that way, we can.
Yeah.
If you're in town.
If there's a Houston, like make sure when I get home finally, once there's a game, you know, Houston Dallas game, come down. Man, where I'm at, I love it. It's open. There's no traffic. Everything I want is like less than 2 miles away. They got it's a nice area. There's no it's like crime-free, clean, relaxed, laid back. I went into the Ross when I went to get the like I said, they lost my suitcase, so I went to Ross and picked out. I got a hoodie. I got I got a blue Cowboys hoodie, this T-shirt, a pair of gray sweatpants, but that damn Ross, I never seen no shit like that. That shit was trash and garbage, shit stacked up. Everyone's like, what the hell? I don't know what it was over there by my hotel though. But I never seen a damn Ross dress for less, all tore up and shit and unorganized and shit all over the floor. And I showed my wife. She said, "Oh hell no." I don't know what they're doing out here in VA. He almost got it. He started to stretch. You can't take that from him.
I'm trying to get a place in Puerto Rico.
Oh, you are? My buddy has one there.
Or at least I want to get a place in Puerto Rico because shoot.
Yeah.
It was nice though. The house started working.
How often you want to spend there? How much?
Probably in the wintertime.
Oh yeah.
Or at least get like a place I can run out. Like Airbnb.
Yeah, that's what he does. He has like a 2-bedroom, 1 bath.
Because the house started working. Not like a few minutes down the street was the beach.
Yeah. That's what we're doing. When I retire, holy shit! You see
At least
that
have a
mark?
place out there to go.
When I retire, I'm selling all my shit. I'm moving to either Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, like Punta Cana, or we might move to Panama. Or we're gonna find us a little small town, out, out in the suburbs from the city, in one of those South American countries, and just hang out.
I was watching on YouTube a lot of those places. You can really live like a king for cheap.
My buddy does it. He lives in the
Cowboys stink. Yes, we'll utilize our cap room. Casey Garrett, shut the F up. Just shut up.
Just block them. That's what I do on my channel. And then the fake Zeke Elliott came around with them too. I blocked him too.
Yeah, that's another issue you hear. Fight!
Wait, the New York Giants.
Get them, baby!
I just want them to win for Rashid. For Rashid.
Let's see.
To make him feel better.
8-3. If the Packers, let's see, 8-3, 5 shit.
That's complete, but you're going to see the penalty flag icon come in here. There was holding in the end zone.
It could end up 8-8.
Okay.
That's a safety.
Left tackle, I believe, there, the left guard. Well, one of those guys got called right there.
Well, I think the Raiders have an opportunity to
so the Bengals force
the Raiders have an opportunity to make the playoffs today. At least get a wild card spot. I forgot what two teams. If they tie, the Raiders get the tiebreaker, and they have better record.
Jacksonville's back to being Jacksonville.
A couple of years ago, they made the playoffs, and that may have hurt them.
Remember when the season started, they were power rankings, and they were up to like 6th or something.
9 yards. That's a quick decision, Ian.
If the Browns win today, then they have, as of right now, have a wild card spot. If they win
Well,
today.
that's how bad the AFC is.
And then the Raiders have an opportunity to make the playoffs
Eagles on the move.
depending on if two of the
Miami's
top
34.
teams tie. If they both tie today, then the Raiders have the tiebreaker. Even if I think no matter what happens, they get the tiebreaker because they have a better divisional record. I think that's what they're talking about earlier today with the Raiders.
by Taki. And this is what Mike Tomlin back in Miami, Philadelphia.
I think it's Kansas City and whoever else is on number 3. If both of them teams win, the Raiders get the tiebreaker if they win.
Back up over the
Even though
middle,
they have a
24-yard gain.
worse
Nice to see
record.
Goddard coming through for the Eagles
Yeah,
because
that was a big
Zach
record.
Ertz came into this game injured. They'd rather not use Ertz if they can get away with getting offense without him. It's an
So
8-point
two
game
teams
down there in
have a
South
chance for
Florida.
wild card today.
The great Matt Snell, Super Bowl champion with the Jets.
Doesn't mean they'll have it in this season.
Off the boot. Vanette.
Yeah, those are you're talking about the spots we can improve on. I know we can do better at tight end. Tight end, safety, and D tackle.
Moment after we show you Josh Lambo. This will be a long one, 53 yards away, and well, hey, all 16 teams in the early window now have
That's
points.
my boy Calais.
Not the happiest
Man, you've
field
been
goal
doing this
ever,
season
but
because
Well, Philly's still playing well.
25-3.
Just the rest of the team isn't.
that to me,
They haven't had a good quarterback. I mean, Minshew is not bad. I mean, he's not great, but they just have not had the offensive weapon to do anything.
First and goal, give. Snell knifes inside for 2. Well, this is a critical time of the game for the Browns.
3rd and 7 at Miami's 20. This is a big down for the Dolphins
what is
right
going
now.
on with this?
Hey,
Did you see that dude's mouthpiece has some spending thing on it?
oh yeah.
For the Steelers, one of the Steelers guys.
Another play.
John wouldn't have. I mean,
Good
he had-
question. Had
Remember, AJ has
Earl
done
Thomas
nothing.
been signed by the Cowboys, would he have been the spark that we needed? Well,
Right
at
now, he's
$14 million, I don't know.
Right
if
now,
that
he's playing
would've
like the rest of the Dallas Cowboys.
Look at what they're reviewing right now.
He would have been Garrett-ized.
Was that pass interference? Looked like it.
I mean, he might be like Michael
There was
Bennett,
no flag
raising
on this
hell,
play.
but
But John Harbaugh is challenging. He thinks, look at my guy, never got a shot at the football. Ward climbed up all over. That's Mark Andrews.
But he was going for the ball.
Intended target. No penalty was thrown.
let's see if he'll
Harbaugh
get overtime passing interference.
play. We'll see if he gets
Was
it.
the other one challenged? They got overturned?
And you can understand why the
The
fans
pass interference call?
It does. And Dean's point is, just what what you had noted. He has
There's only one that's been overturned that was
Before we
challenged.
get the announcement in Baltimore, this
That was
was
passing
3rd and 7
interference call.
for Carson Wentz.
The whole season.
Yep.
Time to throw.
Carson Wentz.
They'll blow
Carson's
it.
been
Couple
Wentz.
defenders get there.
You love that. And that takes him makes it a long field goal.
Settle for a long field goal attempt.
Yeah, but they
It'll be
make
about
that as a
47
two-score game.
yards from there.
Well, it is a two-score game now.
47 in the sunny sunshine of Miami.
Kept as is. If the call stands, it's a punt situation. It
That's
would be a
like
4th down and 11. If not, I don't know the exact yard marker, but it's 1st down and the Ravens in business here. So that's.
Come on, Eagles.
I tell you right now,
Let me see. Oh my God. Come on, Dolphins. Block the Eagles kick.
I know the Eagles to win if
Jeez.
it goes home.
Somebody shoot me now for saying that.
What did I do?
I only want the Eagles to win just to have a slight better chance
This is
of
not an easy call.
this
You heard
game
the
season.
explanation. That's kind of what I noted initially. Is he's got a right to the ball.
It's up to Jerry Jones, though. He would
Aesthetics
keep
of it.
Gonna double box into
Jason
Packers.
Garrett.
They're inside
And
the red
they
zone.
missed it. It was blocked.
And Rodgers
Uh-oh.
somehow finds
So 1st and 10, Miami's got the ball on the 39-yard line
Aaron Rodgers.
and has a little bit of momentum.
The ruling on the field stands. Oh, Harbaugh with a look of
Well, I don't know why he challenged it.
as
Yeah, you know they weren't going to overturn it.
I think
They're going to say that the defender was going for the ball. His head was turned around. He had his hands on the
either
ball.
way, they're working to overturn it because only one
gonna send some
pass interference call that's been challenged this season has been overturned. Just one.
and the punt team comes on the
And had to
Kicker.
overturn at least one.
What
He missed it.
That was
what
making
time are you
too.
showing in the game?
4 minutes and 34 seconds.
wide left.
They just missed the field goal, right?
Two possession game.
They're kicking it now, so this is a little bit behind, but it's better than the other one was.
Miami area.
I think.
Back to
Oh no, it's
Cincinnati. It's a Dolphins drop. That was a
But right now,
play, so it
the
disrupted.
Dolphins at the ball at the 39
I mean, the Bengals
yard
win,
line,
they still got
first
number one
down.
pick. So it don't matter.
Now it
And
is
their
fourth
offense has
down.
been
Because the
moving the
Redskins
ball.
won too.
Randy Bullock is coming on for a field goal.
The Bengals may get their first win.
Uh-oh. Look at Philly. Philly's beginning to look worried again.
90 seconds
Philly is beginning to look worried.
The Bengals may get their
Bullock
first
is
win.
hit from 24. He missed on his last one, 48-yard
But they still have number one pick.
And this one will be from 47. Good snap, good hold, and Bullock is right down the middle.
So Baltimore, San Francisco tied 17-17.
Yeah, because they didn't get
Cincinnati is destroying the Jets and may finally get their first win. The Redskins are up 15-14 over Carolina.
So that's good for the Bengals.
34 and 34 points.
Because they can win another game, but they can win another game and still have number one pick.
So it may not be a gimme for the Eagles over the Redskins.
Perfect hold.
Hodges fakes it, trying to loop to the outside. He just made a mistake.
Mahered
It was fortunate.
He just, oh no, you didn't just say you heard it. Damn.
We told you the punt team coming on the field in Baltimore, and Sam Cook puts his foot into it. This is a beauty. They let it bounce. It's going to the end zone.
Oh wow.
Did he go in? Did he go in?
Chris
No, he didn't.
the special teams
If they can
player,
fix him.
one of the gunners on the
No,
outside.
no. I don't think he went in.
Great body
No, he's
control.
good.
Wow.
He's good.
Part goes into the end zone.
That was a great
He
move.
he did not go in.
Down inside the 5
That helps the Ravens.
Close games. field
That's a
position
play
makes
there.
a huge difference. We are approaching the end of the third quarter in the game of the week in the NFL. The number 1 seed Niners 17, the number 2 seed
And it's a
Baltimore
good
Ravens
game.
with the potential MVP.
Now that
in
first
Lamar
kick that
Jackson,
Maher missed,
17. Coming
the
up
one
at
that
the end
got
of the third.
partially
Field goal is
tipped.
good here. That's a 2-possession lead now for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, no, but that's gonna change that early. It's gonna change the direct. Even if it changes it 2 degrees, it's gonna
Okay.
cause that ball to. I think. If it just barely hits your pinky, still, it's gonna cause that ball to. That far away from the field goal, if it changes it that much, by the time it gets to the,
Yeah.
it's gonna change it quite a bit. But I don't know that much about kicking. The ball shouldn't be that low to
Should be
begin
low,
with,
right? And you know, your trajectory is going to be different if it's a long field
Yeah,
goal.
yeah.
You're going to be trying to hit it lower, whereas opposed to that one, it wasn't that far away that it should have been that a line drive.
Yeah.
The 49ers.
You know how coach and wide receiver coaches
Miami
teach you
pass
all the
picks
time to
up.
catch the ball
Damn.
with your hands.
That wasn't Earl Thomas.
And they got a weapon that they're not using yet too. Remember that guy that I did a bunch of videos on him. The one that came, it was the running back that switched to wide
Roughing the
receiver.
passer on the Eagles.
He's not even playing this year. He's on the injured reserve.
Let's call it.
And he's going to be a beast.
First down on Philly's 46-yard line. And look at Philly. Philly's sweating here. First and 10 on Philly's 46. Philly 500 is sweating right now.
We have a tie game in Indianapolis, 17-17, Colts and Titans, and the game of the week, at least on paper, coming into this week in Baltimore. Ravens 17,
Come on
Niners
now.
17, massive playoff
What is going on?
in the AFC and NFC as they go to the fourth quarter at M&T Bank Stadium.
I did not believe them, but they're doing it.
Football this year.
3rd and 5 for the rookie QB for Washington.
Oh, Lord.
Wow. Oh, that was tough. Right now, first down on Philly's 32
Down by 8.
in the third quarter. Look at Philly 500. He's looking kind of worried. He's looking scared. Ryan Fitzpatrick is over 200 yards passing. 14 out of 20. Look at the. Look at Philly looks like he's getting upset.
Their defense ain't
They
gonna
lost
buzz
3
either.
yards on that play.
Uh-oh. He's got the first if he wants to walk it. Walk it out. There you go.
You see that, right? That bootleg. Something the Cowboys should do more with Dak Prescott.
Well,
He had the option right there to throw it if somebody comes clean. If not, okay, I got daylight.
Yeah,
Right.
Prescott had the opportunity last on Thursday. The guy trips, jump over the guy, and he would have gotten the first.
13.
In that one play.
And Miami picks up 7 yards. Third down and 6 at Philly's 28-yard line. The Dolphins have been able to move the football. The thing that's been killing, actually killed the Dolphins was that turnover that gave them that cheap touchdown to start the game on the 18-yard line, and then they tried the onside kick, giving the ball basically on the 36-yard line. Here's the play. And it's a first down on, I know Philly's getting ready to lose it. First and 10 on the 14.
You know, does his thing on the week. But if he was coaching, that would be a. I keep thinking, but
Guys, first and 10 on the 14-yard line for Miami.
oh shit, put it in there.
That's what she said.
But sometimes I think maybe he'll miss the competitiveness. And maybe he
Here we
thinks,
go.
you know,
Look,
what
here-
if I stepped in and helped Jerry Jones out and
Touchdown, Miami.
Miami.
Touchdown, Miami. Look at Philly 500. Look at Philly 500. Uh-oh. Philly looks, Philly.
That beard's getting gray. That beard's getting gray.
You know, yeah, the Cowboys only beat teams that have a losing record. We'll see if the Eagles can, because they've lost to the Detroit Lions. They've lost to Atlanta Falcons. Will they lose to the Miami Dolphins? Uh-oh. Will they go for 2? You got to go for 2. This is where Jason Garrett would go for 1.
I mean,
You're down by 2 points. Getting an extra point doesn't help you any. You go for 2, you get at least a tie. If you don't make it, you still need a field goal. Still doesn't hurt you any. Field goal ends up giving you the lead.
The only way is if now if Philly gets 2 field goals, they're still up by not necessarily if
The Eagles?
yeah. Two field goals are still up by 8.
All right, so 2-point conversion goes by the wayside.
All right, so
To the 2-point
Eagles 28,
in MetLife Stadium.
Bills
Oh, it's an overthrow by the rookie
26.
QB, and it's picked off. Back come the Packers into Giants
God
territory.
dang it, Packers.
As Darnell Savage comes up with the pickoff. We'll check back in on
Got another rookie quarterback we're supposed to be looking at now. Daniel Jones.
Oh, please.
Is he going to do anything?
They're talking about benching him and bringing Eli back.
No, they ain't gonna do that.
He looks like a rookie that looks shell-shocked right now.
That's because of his first year.
The Browns. Cleveland needs to get going with scoring. It's fourth quarter action there. They're down 2 possessions in that game. This one here is the live game in Baltimore. Remember, the last time we checked in on the Niners
Washington
and the
has a
Ravens,
first-round
his drive
draft
was
pick
at the
quarterback.
1-yard line for San
The Giants have a
Francisco. They put
first-round
together a
draft
couple
pick
first
quarterback.
downs. Now
And the Eagles have a first-round draft pick quarterback.
Who they paid
And
to?
we got a sorry-ass fourth-round draft pick going. Isn't that just horrible? And he's better than all of them. No, I mean, you know,
You talking about my quarterback there, man.
No, man.
Careful. Tread lightly there, buddy.
Wants less possessions and less touches for Lamar Jackson. And they're trying to
No, I'm putting just the draft part in perspective, not their play. Dak,
Boy, some people are just having, people are unloading on the Jason Garrett.
They should.
We're focused on the off season right now. See, that goes to show how much of a jackass you are. You're 4 games left in the season. The Eagles are stinking up to join against the Miami Dolphins, and you're saying you're thinking about the off season. You mean your vacation? Because you'll be on vacation.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I changed the camera angle.
Well, no, you might be going to the Giants. Ah.
Jerry Jones says, take time right now and focus on the offseason. We know it's over for us. You're a freaking idiot. The Eagles are underestimating the Miami. No, I don't think they're underestimating him. I think the Eagles just stink. Not that I'm saying we are good, but the Eagles just are not a good team. Remember, they lost to Atlanta on the road. They lost to home against the Lions.
Some of the Washington players are trying to recover the fumble as there was a helmet-to-helmet collision, and that's
We've still got the players to do this. If whatever the dynamic is that's missing, if they can fix that, we
That was helmet there.
Yeah, that was great.
He sounds like Jason a bit.
Who's that, me?
No, they're talking about the things this guy's saying.
I thought because I was saying we still have an opportunity to do something.
We just don't have the drive or the process to finish the season with any additional victories. We just trust the process that's going to ride this all out.
They could add a 15-yard penalty. They still had not announced what the flag is. Back to East Rutherford.
Is that Jason Garrett kid?
Yeah.
You know he's just Googling Jason
I
Garrett
know.
quotes and then copying and pasting them.
I bet you follow you.
Jason Garrett quotes, Google and paste. Dropping it in there.
You know, it's something at least therapeutic about being able to go through and say, fuck you, Jason Garrett. Okay?
Yeah.
You're an idiot, Jason Garrett.
Normally, he's a hands catcher. We'll go out and snag that football, not let it into
17 of 27, 217 yards, 3 TDs for Aaron Rodgers. Okay? And you know, not bad.
And another thing is, when you have this dynamic on the team where like players aren't happy and things aren't going so well, that's when
for you.
That's when. Well, that's another thing is players will step up and say, you know what, I'm just going to ask for money because this is getting old. You know what I mean? That's when they start saying, you know, I'm holding out because this I'm not happy. I'm not. I wouldn't say not happy here. I'm not as happy as I should be. We're not as happy. The Cowboys team, the players aren't as happy as they should be. They should be flying high.
You're in the spotlight and everything else. You know, you're always talking about incompletion by Carson Wentz on a short pass.
Like when Jalen Smith signed his contract, it kind of just came out of the blue a little bit. You were like, whoa, what the hell? You know, he wasn't like one of the ones we were concerned about.
Yeah, but see, that was actually wise of them to do that one because the way they've structured and stuff, it'll actually save him cap space for next year and locks him down before.
Yeah. But another thing he said, Jalen Smith said, I'm a smart man. I want to stay here. I want to do business with you.
Yeah. 3rd and 5 for the Eagles.
He was pointing at
with a beautifully thrown ball by
the owner,
Jerry
Jones. He was pointing at Jerry Jones and said, I want to do business with this man. And then 5 days later, he signs that big deal with his sunglass company. And his sunglass company, that's the first I've seen of it. And now all of a sudden there's commercials all over the place. and he's in all these magazines. So he got his sunglasses
And
going.
he's got like 106 tackles. He's having a good, solid season.
We'll be back after this.
All right, 3rd and 5 for the Eagles. The Eagles need to get something going here.
Green Bay will check back in a moment. No one is inside the 20-yard line. The Titans trying to get into Colts territory here. That was an incomplete pass. They're calling it incomplete. Close.
Come on, let's get this playoff here.
That's where they lost me to because he said there's a catch and a fumble of not
Hey, that game is so
the ball should. That was very confusing to say the least.
Well, they got a penalty.
3rd and shot. Lewis in the backfield.
Pass interference on Miami. They gave him 15 yards.
On the block. Tannehill deep and he's got a breeze and it's incomplete. Flying down
Comes up limping.
Roland Milligan was
Humphreys.
right there with him.
He's
Incomplete
got
pass
a
to
hammy.
Humphreys, the leading receiver. Here comes the pulling unit.
Carson Wentz gets bailed out by pass interference. First down on the 50-yard line.
Baltimore just completed a pass across the 50-yard line into San Francisco territory.
Incomplete pass.
So, ladies and gentlemen, tie game, so much on the line, two excellent teams,
He's like,
potential
nah,
Super Bowl
I'm
preview, and the winning play or plays have yet to be
That was
made.
Sherman, too. That was Sherman guys,
Carson
too.
Wentz incomplete deep pass to Jeffries.
Nice job by Snead securing the
And
catch.
Philly looks worried.
Here's Ingram running right into Fred Warner for a gain of a few.
Remember we talked
Field goal
about
wins
in
it.
the first half. This is a
They can get it.
running back centric throw.
22 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter.
You can't fall asleep on the guys out wide because what name have we not called on a deep shot yet? Marquise Brown, right? So with this type of an option running game with the quarterback, as you bring the defenders closer to the line of scrimmage because of it, at some point you take it and throw the big ball downfield.
Who did you have on your stream?
Urban Meyer would be a great fit for the Cowboys. Philly needs all the help they can get. Well, they've been getting help in this game. The onside kick gave him great field position, and the turnovers, those are things that we never end up getting. It's good field position. Wentz's booty. What did Wentz look at?
Of course he's...
I like booty. I wouldn't call him that. Wentz is 22 of 35, 230 yards. 3 TDs.
Security alert, security alert, security alert.
It is a very tight game. You didn't expect the Eagles to be 28-26 against Miami. Remember, they trashed us saying that, our blowouts are all against bad teams. Well, at least we get blowouts. And for this one, this is Carson Wentz getting 226 yards and 3 TDs. And yet, here it is, you let Miami score 26 on you.
I would make San Francisco at least think I'm going here. I don't know that I'm necessarily going. But you might get the cheap one. You might be able to come up there and get the long count and see if they jump.
Yeah, I've heard that Urban Meyer has had health problems that took him away from coaching.
4th and 5. Let's see if they really have.
I'm sure the Cowboys, well, then again, maybe they wouldn't, would be checking into his health status and if he'd be able to go through it. Baltimore 4th and 5 and going for it.
Yeah, you got it.
On the 40? I don't know. I might have been playing field position on this one because, now they got the ball on the 40-yard line.
Fred Warner is playing his tail off today.
The Jobu Wings are behind us.
The Niners defense makes the play. We play.
Yeah, the Eagles are struggling big time.
The Giants just gave the Packers a 1st and goal via penalty.
Yeah, I think the Packers got that one. I think that's over. Redskins still up by 1. And Pittsburgh is now leading the Doo-Doo Browns 20-10. Pittsburgh has come back and said, oh, hell no.
Oh, shit. Blow the whistle.
Tracy, I guess Tracy and my friend. You know how they do those.
Situation in Jacksonville. Nick Foles is benched. Gardner Minshew is in the game. Gardner Minshew brings him down for the first touchdown for Jacksonville. Dede Westbrook on the little outside.
Buddy Johnson, what's up, bro?
And Gardner Minshew.
The Eagles game is just going into the 4th quarter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just going into the fourth quarter.
2nd and 10 from the 50-yard line. Carson Wentz deep pass, incomplete.
And it's Miami's down by 2.
Sorry, let me pull that. Change the quarter.
Second down and goal, and Rodgers under pressure gets it. Touchdown for his first touchdown.
Well, what do you expect? It's the bad news Giants.
Hey, is Taco signed anywhere right now?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
It's a fail. Carson Wentz. Oh. Pass incomplete, short right to Alshon Jeffries. 4th and 14 from Philly's 46. They've got to punt. Oh. Oh. All right.
God dang.
They need points, you would figure, on this drive. Down by 10.
Yeah, they got to
the
get
halfway mark of the fourth quarter.
All right. Dolphins beginning the fourth quarter. Get a chance to get the ball.
TJ Watt. Our pick we missed on.
Eddie Blanks, if I had my choice of what coach to
We
pick,
took Taco.
This ain't there with him.
Yeah.
There's like 2 or 3 other guys that we could have picked.
I still would like to see Chris Richard for some reason.
Well, if they're going to hire within, it'll be Chris Richard.
Yeah, well, which is what the Cowboys do.
Mika Fitzpatrick is doing nothing.
I don't want Jim Harbaugh.
Now
I'm
he's
sorry,
lighting
excuse me.
that shit up, man.
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. I don't want, damn.
Did he hit the goal post?
I'm having a brain fart.
I think he landed on the ball
Oh.
in the chest.
Josh McDaniels. I don't want Josh McDaniels without a doubt.
I
I
just hit
just
the ground hard.
I just don't believe in Josh McDaniels or any of the coaches coming out of New England. I just don't. We're talking about one playoff win from all the coaches that have come under Bill Belichick. One playoff win.
Yeah.
And technically, you could say Jason Garrett's underneath that tree too because he coached under Nick Saban.
You know, last night when I called you
Yeah.
and I mentioned Josh McDaniel, I just was looking at coaching trees. I was looking up different coaching trees.
Right.
And I looked under Belichick and I
It's
saw him
bad.
there. It is bad. I think maybe, well, you know, maybe Josh McDaniel's different, but he doesn't have any coaches that have come out
Well,
that have been top-notch coaches.
that's what I'm saying. None. You got, I mean, O'Brien is probably the one that's done the most right now, but you see how his quarterback's getting killed with the blocking schemes that they have.
Yeah. Actually,
all right, Miami Dolphins started out 1st and 10 on their 4-yard line. First play, Ryan Fitzpatrick gets 8 yards. 2nd and 2 at Miami's 12.
because when you made that video this morning, where did you get that information? Because I was just looking around and I mentioned it to you last time. You know, maybe Josh McDaniel would be a good fit. And then you made the video this morning. I was like, he's on the list. I didn't even know he was on the list.
I saw that on Bleacher Report that they were saying that he was a candidate and stuff like that, and I was like, let me go ahead and put the reason why, and this is what I'm going to start doing every day is trying to go through some of the names that we're hearing and what at least everything I can find out about them. But you know, I've always said everybody's like, oh, let's get Josh McDaniels. I'm kind of like, he didn't do anything. Well, I mean, he got him in the playoffs in Denver, but it seemed like it was more like he destructed a team than he constructed one. You know, and
coaches are just as hard to find, if not harder to find than a quarterback. You know, so to me, I know Jason Garrett is.
32 at Miami's 12. Let's see what they do.
If you make the move with Garrett, it's
Ryan Fitzpatrick on 3rd and 2 gets a 21-yard pass completion. 1st and 10 on Miami's 33, and Philly 500 is sweating his ass off right now. Philly is sweating. Oh, Philly. Let me. He's speechless. I think
he's rocking back and forth like Rain Man. He's like,
I'm gonna have to turn the Philly mic up some. And on 6-yard pass, Ryan Fitzpatrick is having a day. He's got 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. The only reason why the Eagles are in this game is because Ryan Fitzpatrick turned the ball over on the 18-yard line to start the game, and they end up onside kicking it. Otherwise, Miami would be kicking Philadelphia's ass.
Sounds like a Cowboy issue. Turning the ball over and not getting any turnovers in return.
Second time out. That's the second time before a 4th down that the
Okay, we're
Niners
turning
have
up Philly's
earned
mic a little bit.
San Francisco, only 1 timeout remaining.
Telling you, he looks like Rain Man.
6 minutes and change
Uh-oh,
left
definitely got to have a touchdown.
6.5 minutes.
Definitely got to watch
Wagner.
Wagner.
Tie game in Indy.
Might be, Kevin, but you know, you look and think this is a team that committed to the run game. A guy that rushed for 220 yards the last 2 games.
Asian dude, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, get loud, come on, Bird. There you go.
He watches the whole game.
See if I got a question what makes it me bad. Yeah, no timing out.
I was trying to find something that I did at home.
Okay.
So the snake is out. Gonna throw.
Not real spicy. I know you don't like spicy.
He's not spicy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I haven't tried this.
Jalen Ferguson nearly
Yeah, that's it. That's good.
All the way up to the 30. Man,
All right, let's see. We turned up the Philly cam. Pass interference on the Eagles. Uh-oh. First and 10 over Philadelphia's 49. Hold on, I got to turn up Philly a little bit more here.
Yeah, they need to.
Philly is peeing down their legs.
when he has multiple turnovers.
Here's Fitzpatrick, first down.
Look at that. Oh, wow.
Gaskin on the catch.
Look. Now, see, that's what I'm talking about. You see that passion, that fire?
You can't never get a complete game.
You know what's going to happen? They're going to close this game out with a Carson Wentz sack. Taco Charlton off the end with a sack on Carson Wentz. Helps the Cowboys out and puts them in the
Still
playoffs.
can't hear Philly loud enough. Hold it.
Fitzpatrick is 20 of
Philly, your team stinks.
175
Come on, Taco! I get to cheer for Taco again.
Oh, he missed
Come on, get to
he had a
it.
hand going in.
We're going to see this right here.
Very hard to see the sun shining right there. Schwartz and his
Hand out tacos.
players, yeah.
Okay.
Wentz is desperate to get us ahead, though.
Watch and see.
Remain calm. Yeah, Wentz is fine. Oh my God, this is real.
Wentz is
Like,
fine.
come on, this is so embarrassing. It is. How we're better against the Pats.
Uh-oh.
I don't, you know, Fitzpatrick, I don't know.
Here we are, 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line.
You know? 3rd and 4. Gotta get off of 3rd down. We have not been able to get off of
Oh, he's
3rd down
behind us.
today. And that's
Oh, he just saw that pass play, didn't he?
Fitzpatrick.
Break it! Break it! He's in! Get him! First down!
Down. Okay.
He's looking. He's firing. Incomplete.
Fly, Eagles, fly!
Oh, wow. Philly, did you see that?
Look at his head! Where's Santa Claus?
Oh, my God.
Sick of it. Damn it.
If you can hear him, like,
First
I can
down.
hear him.
Are we more worried about putting more points and stopping them? Like, come on, man, we can't score. We can't.
Oh, you know, I can go to his channel on here, huh?
We can't stop this team.
touchdown. Okay. All right, let's wait for it.
There we go.
Hold it.
Oh, I won.
Yeah, it's not the person's fault. Stop. It's the defense's fault. They can't get off the field 3rd down. 1st and 10 at the Eagles 49. Fitzpatrick, back to pass.
Okay, guys, enjoy
Firing
this.
downfield, man wide open. Parker catches another one on Mills at the 15. This is why you're losing the game. Do you understand? This is why you're losing. It's your defense. It's not your offense.
For the Dolphins. Because it still gives us hope.
Oh, Philly.
Because it's hopeless
Another
for
big
the
catch
Dolphins.
downfield. For Devontae Parker is
Even though they still could win.
well, we shouldn't trade for him because we don't need
Totally
him.
unacceptable.
I mean, first and 10 at the 15. Fitzpatrick fired in the end zone.
You're getting a big
That chance
feedback.
for
Because
interception.
you're right
Mills
by the mic.
catch.
Yeah,
Ball. The defense
Oh no, he
killed.
didn't. If that call stands, if that call stands, the
Damn.
Tennessee Titans.
Mills had a chance for pick.
Oh, wow.
Was it a
You ever
blocked
running
field
back
goal?
boy throwing ball too much?
It had to be. Vinatieri was out there.
It might have been
Whatever,
blocked and they
regardless
ran
of
for a
whatever
touchdown.
mistakes the offense has made, it's the
I mean, if the
Oh.
call stands, they got it.
11 minutes and 6 seconds left to go.
Defense.
Ah, stop it!
Second and
Oh!
15.
Oh.
Yeah. He did good. He wasn't touching it when he went in.
Patrick. 11
I hope he wasn't.
Got it.
Man, there's a lot of plays going down right
Back to
now.
pass.
Okay,
He's
we throw
firing
a few
to
words.
the fullback.
That was good,
Breaks
good
the
for
tackle
YouTube,
at the
but
10, at the 9, all the way up to the 4, first and goal. You can't even tackle. They can't tackle. They can't stop them. They stink.
I gotta listen to
Something
Philly
else.
a little bit.
I mean, the defense is playing horrible.
He is.
Bradham misses a tackle.
He is.
You can't miss that, man. Nate Gary,
How come
I don't
Richard
know
Sherman's
what the
hurt?
hell you're doing, but you stink. I mean, come on.
Ooh, Philly.
Hey,
This
Richard
is
Sherman's hurt.
unacceptable, man.
Philly.
First and
I
goal
thought that was
again
an
at the
anti-press.
4.
Here we go.
Here's a handoff to Lardis. And he's going to go in for a touchdown. Touchdown,
Richard Sherman's
Dolphins.
hurt
The
again.
defense is a joke. All they want is their goal line.
It's the defense.
I mean, it's a joke. It's just horrible.
Richard
This
Sherman's
is
hurt.
horrible, Philly.
The defense is horrible.
Your team is horrible.
It's horrible.
It's horrible. It's horrible. And they got the 2-point conversion. Philly. Look, he's over here crying. There's no crying in football.
Defense is horrible.
Oh, Philly. Philly, I love
There's
you,
like
man.
11 minutes left, but we haven't been able to stop them one time on defense the whole game. The whole game they're getting chunk yards. Devontae Parker is killing us, and it pisses me off that people tell me we shouldn't trade for him. He stinks. He is killing us.
He stinks, man. He stinks like the rest of the Eagles.
That's a design play they're trying
The
to
Dolphins
Maybe
put
all
34
the
points
diversity
up.
we're going through
Totally
right now as a
unacceptable.
team, when we'll get to the playoffs, like a hard, when
Defense
we have a
lost the
hard
Eagles
life,
game. How you stop
Yeah.
the Patriots? So
things
I don't
are
know.
easier
I
on
don't
you
get it.
sometimes when you get older because you got a hard
bring
life.
me back a
Maybe
bottle
we'll
of
have
rum.
an easy time in the playoffs.
I mean,
A bit of
30,
rusty. I don't know.
32
Hey,
points.
You know, but
If we get there.
But as,
we got to get there
They're going to
first.
go for the 2 points. So they're going to go for the 2 points here.
oh, Lordy.
Got to stop them.
Richard Sherman's hurt.
Well, hello, friends. Mark
Eagles should
Holmes
trade
here.
for
As always,
Devontae
thank you guys
Parker.
for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the
32-28.
Joe
They're
Boo
going
Sports
for 2
Report.
points.
Without you guys,
Every
it
possession I
literally
think
does
the
not work.
Dolphins have had
We are
this
having
half.
fun here
They've
at
They've
my boy Philly 500
You know,
expense.
the problem
you
is,
see him up on the
Vince,
board. This is actually
even if the Eagles
control
lose,
for
they're still
my
in it
stream.
because
We
the
got
stinking
Cowboys
Cowboys
Crunk who's in the house
It's
here,
like
and
nobody
he's
wants to
rolling
win
right
the
now
division.
watching Philly 500.
But
You know
it's
what?
time to clean house.
Right now, the Eagles are
After
down
the season
34 to 28. Okay, with 11 minutes to go in the game,
Fitzpatrick back
and
to pass. Look, he's got a man.
only reason why they're even in this
Complete
game, Carson Wentz has got 3
touchdown.
touchdown passes. I'll give
If
you
the
that
Eagles
much.
lose this game,
But Ryan Fitzpatrick had an interception on the
Why
first
can't we
play
be
of the
this-
game on the 18-yard line. That
we were
gave
going to
them an
win,
easy
but
score.
why did we allow
Then the
this
second
one?
half, they came out, they kicked an onside kick,
I
giving
don't
them
know,
great
man.
field position
I don't know
again.
if we're gonna win.
Without those
I
two
don't know
scores,
what-
right now,
it's a
the
7-point
Dolphins are
game.
blowing them out. And the Eagles defense, they stink.
People watching on those.
Right, it's watching him. Yeah, 1,500 people are watching him basically melt
If we
down
lose this game, Mike
with
Rowe
his
will be
Eagles.
fired. He
Now-
should have been
now,
fired already.
I know
But I mean,
we
even-
haven't exactly
like, I
done
can't-
much
I
on the
can't
team,
tell
and I don't
Mike
know.
Rowe
The
even
Eagles can
stinks
come back
and
and win this
she's
game.
fired.
There's still a lot
It's
of time.
the defense. The
But the
defense
fact
is
that they are
pathetic.
struggling like this,
They spotted y'all
with the
touchdown
Miami
from
Dolphins,
I know.
should at least make you feel a little bit better. Not
Well,
that
how are
either
we
of our
it's
teams
like
are
as
any
soon as
good,
Ertz dropped
but
the
at
ball,
least they're that
then
bad.
Carson
So,
gets
you know, they've got
and
the
they miss
Giants
the
still
field.
left
Then they
twice
go down
against the
the score,
Redskins. They
and
got
ever
us
since then, it's
left from the
it's all
season.
it's all
But
Miami.
if they lose this game,
Any content maker
if
talk about our
they
easy
lose
schedule.
this game,
This will end up being
that
Wentz's
means
fault. Oh, of
all
course
we
it's
got to
gonna
do
be.
is beat
They're gonna
them
blame him no matter what happens.
on the 22nd to win the
I don't
division.
even- I don't even
How pathetic
listen
is
to
that for both of
I don't
our
care
teams?
whose fault it is anymore. This is
But,
unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
Definitely, check out Philly
You
500
can't
with
lose
its
to the
1,500
Dolphins.
people that are
It's
watching.
pathetic.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
pathetic.
The Eagles have the ball first down on their 25-yard line, down by 6 points.
It's not just
So
Ertz,
we'll
it's-
see what
it's
we
the
gonna
whole
see.
team.
Right, Crunk?
They can't
Look at Crunk over here.
look, since early in the season it was like, oh well, the offense isn't playing
Trolling
good
Philly
because
500.
With your
they
name.
didn't have
Oh,
a
with my
star.
name. Oh.
Come on, buddy.
I just
Son
put a
was like,
message in
what's
for
going
you.
on? Okay, so he's trolling. He's trolling Philly 500 with my name on there.
Yeah,
So
I said, do
yeah.
you realize
We're
1,500 people
losing
are watching you
to
lose
the
it
Dolphins
right
right
now?
now.
Oh.
And he goes, Mark,
Can't believe this is a Cowboys.
1,500
This
people
is
are
a
watching you lose it
Cowboys
right now. He goes,
fan.
yeah, and
I am
1,500
so
people
happy.
watched you
Thank
lose it last week.
This game is
Well,
over. Yes,
hey,
500
touche.
pass game is
But
working
you know
for
what?
Fins.
For
Passing
Eagle
game is
fans, I'm
carrying
gonna
us
tell you
up.
right now.
I mean, everything
better
that
not-
they do
you better
downfield,
find
they
a way to
catch
win
it.
this game.
Everything they
Because
do
the way you guys trolled me after Thanksgiving.
Asian dude, thank you for the
Oh,
super
Carson
chat,
Wentz
buddy.
with
I
a
appreciate
2-yard
it.
pass
Dude,
play.
just please, football guys, let the
Way to go,
Eagles win.
Carson Wentz. 2
This
yards.
is very hard to watch.
Third down and
I mean, we
4
gotta
on the
sweat this
Philadelphia
game out with
31-yard
Miami.
line.
And then next week,
I
got the
gotta
Giants.
keep on going
And
here.
the sad
Hey,
thing
look
is,
at Philly
Cowboys
over
aren't
here.
taking care of
He's
business.
losing
So
his
it's not like
mind.
you can be like, all right, we're done.
He is literally
It's like we gotta go
losing
through
his
this
mind.
week after week after week.
He is pissed. Third down and 4 for Philly's 31.
We are
I'm
5-16.
right here.
You are what your record
Third
says you are.
and 4.
Yeah. We're playing.
Come on,
worse
get
than
this play going.
5-16.
10 minutes and 28 seconds left.
Mills and Darby trash.
Oh,
Today
this
they
game is
both
horrible.
Oh, that game has been over.
No, they got
Come
this.
on, let's get this play
But you gotta
going.
go.
That was
You gotta,
Mark
you gotta
Homer.
try to find a way to win this game.
There's a Mark Homer in here with your picture.
Gotta try to
Called
win
Mark
the game.
Homer.
Pie.
That has
11
your
minutes
picture.
left
Troll.
in the fourth.
There's so many
Yeah,
fake.
yeah.
There's
Right
so
now,
many
we
fake
just gotta
Mark Holmeses
escape.
out there. You know, I guess when they make memes of you or make fake profiles of you, that
And they
you're
gotta
actually
do
doing pretty
something.
At least
good.
that's what
The
Bob
sorry
said.
coaching stuff can't keep it.
Yeah, right. That's what Bob.
Offensive pass interference on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Defense should not allow that much.
Offensive
Move it
pass.
back on our
Eagles are
sound
old.
Jeffries, yeah.
Marcus says, love your channel. Thank you, buddy. I
What's the
appreciate it.
penalty?
And if you're new here, please sub.
What? The
Means
penalty?
like means a lot to me. We're 14.
You gotta challenge that dog. What
I
the
appreciate you guys so much.
What the
And,
penalty?
it's
So
and the sad thing is like I said, even if they lose this
we're gonna
game,
hold on to this drive and see. So offensive pass interference, 10 yards. So now it's third down and 14. You see Crunk is over here. Hey, Crunk, have you enjoyed your time?
Man, y'all leave me alone. I'm having fun.
Look, he's having fun being me on. Look, he's posting
hands it
stuff
off
that Mark
against
Holmes
Sanders.
was here.
Sanders running.
Third
He's gonna
down
get
and
about 5.
14
The sun's
for Carson
shining right in the
Wentz,
middle of that
who's
field. Can't see.
22 of 31. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
it's a
That's
shame.
Ryan
We ain't winning a
Fitzpatrick
single
with
game.
300 yards.
Wentz gets intercepted on
let's
next
look
drive.
and see.
You're calling it, okay?
This is a
Run
big
the ball
down
and
here
use
for the
Sanders.
Eagles. If the Eagles don't get a first
Mark,
down
do
here,
you realize
it might be
1,500 people are
over.
watching you
But
lose right
Carson
now?
Wentz, 3
Yeah,
TDs,
I understand, Mark.
220
Just like
yards.
they watched
Big
you
third
lose
down
on
here.
Thursday.
The Eagles
Jim,
stay-
thank you for the
let's get
super
to
chat.
the-
This season
look
has
at
been
Philly
hard to
500
watch.
there.
Very hard.
He's looking worried.
And because
He's
the
looking
Cowboys
worried.
stink so bad, we're gonna have to
He's
put
looking
up with
scared.
this week after week. Hopefully we can win this game.
Punt, fair catch.
2nd and 6 for the Eagles.
Here we
Carson
go.
back to pass. He's looking. He's firing over to Sanders. I
Here
don't
we
know
go.
if he can see because of the sun.
Waiting for the
He's
play
gonna
here.
go for a couple.
Is he losing it?
Yeah, he's
Wentz has no
he's done.
opportunity to
Philly-
showcase
he's,
the Wentz
done.
for defensive
He's-
play.
He's
Defense
probably lost
has
10
been
pounds.
horrible.
I would think he's lost
Let's
10
see what they
pounds
can
in
do.
all that.
I don't even think
I
they
think he's
can
got some
see.
more gray hairs.
Because right in the
Yeah,
middle of
that's
the
too
field,
late
the
for the
sun
next
is
play.
shining, and Carson threw a pass.
Third and
Sanders.
14. Come on, come on.
I would roll Carson
What,
out.
did they bring the meat grinder out or
I guess
something?
Eagles think this bad cow.
We're
Yes.
still waiting and waiting and waiting. Somebody get hurt?
All right, here we go.
In Philly?
3rd and 4 for the Eagles.
This is bullshit.
Gotta
call,
get
you
this at
stinking
the
ref.
30 and a half.
All right.
Is that what he's...
That's what he just said.
Philly is...
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He's going off.
Dolphins coming with a blitz. Carson back to pass. He's looking.
He's still talking about the offense.
You gotta hit him.
Like,
There's a flag.
offensive
holding
pass
him. That's
interference 5
why.
minutes ago.
The Eagles went from winning a championship to losing one.
All right,
We'll
let's
see.
go to the Philly cam here for a
I was
reaction.
wondering, he held him. Pass interference. Yeah, Dan
It's
Down's gonna
taking
have a
forever
field day
for
on
this
the
next
defense.
play. What's going on here? What's going on here? Come on,
Looks
come
like
on.
he's gonna be on. See,
Huh?
who knows? Who's
Now, he switched to basketball.
But
He's
it should
talking
be
about
pass
basketball.
He's talking about
He
basketball.
gave up on his own team.
Philly 500 has breaking news. Philly 500
Are
during
you
the football
kidding
game
me?
is now talking
It's
about
They
about
called
the
pass
Philadelphia
interference on
76ers.
Alshon? Are you
Yeah, I'm
kidding
gonna do
me?
basketball.
Are you kidding me? Really?
So I'm still. This has been like the.
Oh, he just got
The
facial
red,
squashed.
time to break
What's
up the
the penalty?
Redskins. They are kicking Carolina.
What's the penalty?
First
Hey,
down
you
on
gotta
the 1
challenge
yard
that,
That's
dog.
an
line.
angry run.
What's
Okay,
the
here's the play.
penalty?
Here's the
He
play.
hit
Here's the play.
Alshon.
Third
How could
down
that
and
be a
14. And what is it?
How could that be a
Oh,
penalty?
they went deep and they penalty, offensive holding.
They called their own
Oh, they
offside.
punted.
They
They didn't
call
get it.
Nelson. These refs suck.
Your team stinks. Your team
Better beat the hell up. My Maverick.
Eagles, you stink. 9 minutes and 30 seconds left. We'll see if they hold on.
I don't even get it.
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow, y'all. Wow,
Am I gonna have a
y'all.
stroke? I have great blood pressure. My blood pressure.
The Eagles.
But still, they got a good field position.
Shout out to Big Dan Black. What's up, brother?
9:36
9:36
the
left.
Eagles are
First
stinking
three
up
and
the
out for the
joint.
Eagles.
Oh my
We're gonna
goodness.
win this
Field
game.
goal can win.
I don't know how to.
Philly's up here talking about we're going to win this game. Oh my goodness.
Here's the punt. Fair catch called for at the 26.
Oh man. 49ers about to lose, laughing my ass
You even
off.
got extra time to challenge and you don't. We don't even challenge it.
Oh, listen to Philly. Shout out to everybody who's joined in watching Philly 500.
Y'all losing this time?
Oh, with
Say,
our
Dallas gonna win the
exclusive
division?
Philly cam.
Rooting for Lamar.
Oh,
Even
man.
if the Eagles lose this game, they got to Dallas and Eagles got to face off week 16. That's how pathetic it is.
Actually, no, Philly.
Then we can't get it right. I just don't understand. the penalty.
Actually,
I mean, he definitely hit
it's
Alshon
conceivable that game could be meaningless if they lose next week again.
on us. Oh, there's a makeup shit call, you stinking ref. Down by 6 a lot of time. I mean, I don't know how they. I thought Alshon was held up at least 5 yards. What's going on in the worst game I've ever watched? This 3 game, the Eagles won out playoffs. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. We got to find a way to win. We got over 1,400 people here. Please like, please subscribe. Appreciate you guys being here.
You make this field goal.
Oh, I'm gonna be
man.
streaming 6. Problem with the 6
You know what I have to
when
do,
they
right?
have those 4 o'clock for me
I'm going to
starts,
have to go
I
ahead and
just
take
like
some
to
clips from this and just put it together from this, because this records the whole stream.
Yeah, especially
If we lose this game, we need to just tank the season.
put some of
It's
these
not gonna
clips
happen.
right before we
It's not
play
gonna be happening
Philadelphia.
because look,
Run that.
even if the Eagles lose this game,
Run some clips
all they
in
have to
your
do is
videos.
win out and they win the division. Because Dallas stinks too.
Oh, no, Philly.
You know, and it's
Philly,
suff-
Philly,
we're gonna have to
Philly,
suffer.
you lose this.
We can't beat anyone. Literally
Philly,
can't beat anyone. Miami's beating us. Miami, I
You
know.
don't seem to understand, Philly.
We
You
lost
go
to a
5 and
2-19. I know
7,
Cowgirls fan are
and
ready
we're
to roast
6
us.
and
They
6,
will.
buddy. No.
They should roast us. We're gonna have to take. We're gonna have to take it like men.
Yeah, you're going to have
Inch
to bend
by
over,
inch,
Philly.
like
You're
Jones.
going to have to take it
Because
without
we're gonna get it
Vaseline,
if we
buddy.
lose.
That's how it's going to be.
We don't deserve nothing after this. No, we don't. We won't beat anyone if we lose this
Come
game.
on, Ravens. I'm rooting for Lamar.
Oh, Philly.
Rooting for Lamar Jackson.
You are
pathetic.
pathetic.
It's just very frustrating. You know, Philly, you're still the man. No matter
Philly, you're
what.
still
Oh, don't
the
worry.
man.
Really, Cleveland, y'all had an opportunity.
I wish the Eagles would just tank so we could draft a real good wide receiver.
Y'all below it.
Well, we might get your chance. Jim, thank you for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate it. As bad as we play, I don't think we will win
Okay,
out.
so everybody,
I mean,
you
it
hear
doesn't
Philly
look like
500.
it. Asian dude,
that-
thank you
that
for
how
super
bad they
chat.
suck.
Get
The
loud
fans
wherever
are
you are.
talking
Let's
about
go.
wanting
Let's
them to
go.
tank.
My man, Asian
And let me
dude's
go
trying to
back
keep
to
us
the game
alive.
center and see where we are.
Someone needs to be fired if we
Come on,
lose this
kicker, make
game.
it. Make it.
You know who I would fire.
If you make it, you win this game.
Second.
If you make it, you win this game.
500, this is dope. You almost have 1,500. Nice.
Baltimore.
Yeah,
It's
very
up to
cool.
you.
Thank
Right
you, everybody,
now,
for being here.
Miami
And
is-
if you're new, please like, please subscribe. Let's
Come on
get at
now.
least
If
to
the-
over 800 likes.
Miami is
before
moving the
end
ball,
of this.
guys.
They get,
I embrace the tank. I can't.
uh-oh.
I mean, I'm pissed.
got
Stuck
it.
at work.
Which
Rain
means
check.
that if the
What?
that means
Ravens
watching us.
win
if the Ravens-
20 to
It's hard.
17.
that means
can't
that
even
home
beat
field
the
advantage
Dolphins,
right
no.
now over the Patriots.
Eagles are below average team
No matter what the
right now.
Patriots
I
do,
mean, that's what
the
the
Ravens have
record
home
says,
You
field
got to
right?
advantage
think
now.
right now if the
I
Dolphins,
refuse
the
to watch
Dolphins
another
are first
game
down
this
on the
season. Spent
41
money
yard
on
line.
this
He's like, hold
You
on.
got to
Take
think if
it.
they end up getting a field goal, then I don't know that Philadelphia
Fortini,
can go
thank
back
you.
and get another score. That would put them down.
You know, look,
He's like, I get the
Nah,
ball. You give me
they
the
have
ball.
2 scores.
I
we
get
got
the
to try
ball.
to escape this
I
game.
get the ball.
You know, 1,400. Be sure to please like, please
I'm glad Baltimore
subscribe if
won
you're
the
new.
game.
We do this every week. We're gonna do it. no
Give
matter
the ball
what.
to the
So,
kicker.
Philly 500
Give it to the
looks
kicker.
sad.
Lose my mind.
Philly looks sad.
First and 10, 9:30
He
left in
looks
fourth
so
quarter.
sad.
First and
They
10.
got to play the Ravens.
At the Eagles, at their own
Patriots.
17. Fitzpatrick back to pass over the
Better
middle,
odds of
wide
playing
open
at home
again.
again.
This is why you're losing
in
the
the
game.
playoffs.
Because you cannot stop the passing game
Right
of
now,
the Dolphins. Over the
Carson
middle
Wentz
is
and your
open,
team
and the
stinks,
Eagles are
Philly.
making
So
no
Baltimore is
adjustments.
number 1 seed.
Oh,
Close
You're going to see. I'm going to have to do
Now
a
that
rant.
guy telling me Friday he was going to a game of Florida.
Baltimore is now officially number one seed.
I stopped stressing about this team weeks
No
ago.
matter what the
Dolphins
Patriots
hold
do.
on and win. We might have to see Cole Pizzle. Cole Pizzle might have to come back.
Fitzpatrick, 8:57 left. You gotta stop him now. The Eagles
Baltimore
jumped off
wins,
sides again.
yes.
They dropped the
Passed
wide
for
open
couple yards,
interception.
good. They didn't.
He
Well, I
fucking
guess.
dropped right
Devontae
his
Parker
hands.
for
You gotta
about
catch
2.
that. It's an interception.
Now I know what the
man.
Browns fans feel like. Oh, there's the flag. They don't miss the flag on us, believe me.
That's
They will
incomplete,
not
short
miss it.
left. Okay.
All sides Eagles.
2nd and 10 at Miami's 40-yard line.
Oh, the Redskins got another touchdown.
The Redskins got a Redskins.
It's like Vegas has come and the
21-14
Cowboys playing like trash for
over
next game.
Carolina. Carolina was in
Cowboys
the
gotta go
playoff
play
chase for
Chicago.
a
I think
while.
Man,
Cowboys
this
have to
game
do
is
with,
like
with
wants
Garrett. I mean, what's his name?
both teams don't want to
Garrett.
win.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
They'll say that. That John getting rid
Third
of
and
Jay
10.
Gruden.
And
going out and
actually
get cooked weird. I
using
know,
their
I hear you.
quarterback too.
I missed another super chat.
You really need to get this first down, man. This first down would be a dagger in the heart. Come on here.
That's what happens. You get first team reps.
Oh, Gigi Rivas, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that so much.
Play in progress.
Thank you.
Incomplete.
All right, here's 1st and 5. Here's a little handoff to
All right,
Lord
so
Ayers.
it's gonna
Who's
be
get a
after
first down
Carson
all the way up
Wentz.
to the
Terry,
40.
he's about to
When's
lose
the
it.
defense going to get a stop?
If
You
they
need to
get this
stop
first
right
down,
now.
he's gonna lose.
You want to win
That
this
video.
game, you can't allow them to score more points.
Empty
You're
set
down
shotgun
6,
going over the middle.
and you gotta score. You gotta stop them.
Gotta
Back to
stop.
pass. He's
I'm
looking.
taking new applications
He's got a lot
for
of time to
memberships.
throw it out.
Incomplete.
I don't
Caught.
understand how you
First
blame
down.
Carson for this game, dude.
Bad
I mean, you don't see the defense
Now,
here.
now you know that he's
It's
staying
a
there with
defense.
veterans.
This is all defense, bro.
That's his bedroom.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. He said I want to be a
Third and
white
10.
guy put that in the
Third and
bedroom.
10.
10, wait, they got it.
Did they get it?
10,
They got it. Oh,
And the
Philly.
defense hit
Oh,
off the
I'm
field.
sorry, buddy.
Can they give us a chance?
13-yard
Gotta
pass
step
play.
up.
Fitzpatrick has thrown for
Everything's over the middle. And then they
350
take shots on the
freaking
other
yards
side.
against
We're
you
gonna use
guys.
a timeout.
Oh my
Ravens won.
God, Philly. Oh my God.
Browns, what were you
Oh my God.
doing?
Philly.
Y'all
Because
have
Carson
a
sucks
chance
to get all his
to
missed
make
passes in the last
playoffs.
4 weeks.
Y'all might have lost the last week, but y'all had a chance.
Why a good stream, brother? This is Crunk. I'm in Mark Holmes' house trolling you, brother. What's up, Crunk? How are you, man? This is pathetic. It is
They're
pathetic.
saying hi to you.
I don't know if the rest of it's wrong.
He said-
Calling Mills to
he
get
said-
pick
I
six.
guess you said something.
Yeah, you're
about
calling
it.
Mills a
I
pick
sent him
six.
a
That's
message.
a hell
I
of
said,
a
hey,
pick.
this
Let's
is
see.
Kronk.
Ravens won.
They
Trolling you.
listen, the Dolphins 9-yard run, cut up the middle, cut check for you Eagles, and you stink. You guys suck. Oh,
Gotta step up.
Oh.
Overthrown wins. Well, he missed a couple throws, but that's not why they're losing. The
He
reason
missed
you're
a
losing
couple.
this game is your defense. You have to be
6
able to stop
minutes.
Fitzpatrick.
6 minutes.
They haven't-
6
they
minutes and
haven't-
55
they
seconds
haven't
left.
drive
Philly.
has scored this
Philly.
game.
Philly.
First and 10 at the 40. Fitzpatrick back to pass throws. Almost picked off, but Bradham dropped it. What a huge play that would have been, but he
That would have
doesn't.
been a huge play.
He doesn't because we all
Play in progress at 2nd and 1 at
offense
Philly's
can't catch
38.
it. Defense can't catch it. God, you gotta catch that, Bradham.
Run for no gain, Fitzpatrick.
Well,
Clock
y'all
is
saw
I mean,
playing
you just-
South
you
Carolina.
become an issue.
You gotta
you guys.
catch that.
You better keep him out of field goal range, Philly. You better keep
Playing
him out of
about
field
the
goal
sun
range.
Carolina, y'all
after
got
it's always sunny.
plenty of
What?
If y'all can do something.
All I said was one comment was when Carson
Dude,
threw
this
to Miles
is-
Sanders. Like,
This is frying my brain.
What
I
was-
got Philly 500
almost
sound on
intercepted
here.
by the
I'm
Redskins.
watching your live stream, and then I'm also typing messages. I opened my
And the Redskins almost intercepted it.
3rd and 1.
Yeah, it's time to hang it up.
Mark, please fix the score. What does that mean?
Oh, the score, did I mess it up? Okay.
It says
That probably just needs to be up.
34-28 to score. Leave Mark
so
alone.
we got 844 likes. Let's get over 900 likes.
No,
400 people.
one of the guys
Like,
is
please subscribe.
Thomas
Let's
Hutchinson.
get over 400 likes.
That's cry Eagles
This is
cry.
wrong.
Hell yeah, baby.
But we're gonna suffer the whole season. I gotta suffer the rest of the year because Dallas stinks, the Eagles stink.
Oh
and
no,
nobody
don't
can
put
win
that
this
stick
division.
on us.
Nobody
Okay,
wants to
we
take
at
it.
least beat the
How do you
Miami
lose to
Dolphins.
Miami
We at least beat the Detroit Lions, so don't give me that stink
Totally
stuff, Philly.
ridiculous.
Don't
Keep
give me
it up.
that stink stuff.
2nd and 1, they're trying
Oh,
to
I
sneak
didn't
it
pull it
and they
down.
get close.
Sorry.
I mean, there's 6 minutes
They-
left.
they went
You're
for
down
4th and
6.
1?
You gotta
And they
step
got it.
up and get
He's
your offense
blowing
back
the-
on the field.
Oh,
blowing up
he's
right
gonna
now.
blow a gasket.
Yeah, he just blew us straight.
I'm
down.
surprised you don't have a punch holes in the helmet. Believe me, I
How
want
can
you
you
so
not stop
bad.
crack?
Oh, he
But
wants to
then my
punch
wife
hole.
will double moonwalk my ass.
God,
That's crazy for not picking the Eagles to lose the Dolphins, but I think Dolphins are a better team than a Fire Grow. Well, you know, I'm not a Grow fan, but unfortunately, this is on the defense.
People have the audacity to blame
You
Carson.
can't allow
First
it.
Carson
and
Wentz
10
walks on
the
water.
30.
Third and
Carson
one.
Wentz walks on water.
Third and one, they didn't
right.
give him the
They're gonna
first down
drown
here.
them.
At the
Look at
38 of
this.
the Eagles. Fitzpatrick.
Oh, you can't tackle. Look at that.
He's rolling. He's firing.
But see, here's the thing.
Incomplete.
Even
I'm
though
sure
they
there's
didn't
going to be
make
a
anything
flag
on
on
that,
Malcolm
the clock
Jenkins.
is still moving.
Yeah, the
You
clock's
know,
moving.
you
Third
can,
and
you
one.
can take off
So
about
they go
40
for a
seconds
play
off
like
the
that.
clock.
You go for a
Those are
play
the
like that,
important
you're
third
going
downs
for
sometimes that we have to get.
I would be surprised.
See, those are
Miami
some of
does
the things
not
that
go
we
for
didn't
it.
realize that we lost.
The only reason you go for it-
because, like
The
against
only reason you run
Green
that
Bay,
play
when we were up 26-3,
is because you're
we
gonna go
passed
for it on
more
fourth
than
down.
Green Bay with Matt Flynn trying to
Fire
catch
Grow
up.
short
And what happens is we have 3 incompletes. You've only taken
it would be
off
a
20
break
seconds
if
off the
they-
clock.
I think if
You
I'm
have
Miami,
3
I
running
go for
plays, you're taking
I don't
off
think
over
they
2.5
get
minutes. That's
Even
what
if
I'm
you don't
saying.
get
They're
See,
going
look,
for it.
we're down to
4th and 1.
3:57 right there.
Can the defense step up? They need a yard.
Oh!
Can the
Oh, he
defense
just
make
wanted-
a play?
And pass
This is huge
interference,
right
too.
here.
Oh, unless it's
He's-
offensive.
Fitzpatrick, back to pass.
He's
Fired.
blowing one right
Caught.
Dude.
First down.
His
Philly.
head just fell
Parker
off.
on
Philly.
His
third.
head fell off.
Philly.
Stink! This stinks on defense. I don't understand how this defense cannot stop
Offensive
crap.
pass interference?
Yeah.
I thought it might be.
How can you not stop
He was
crap?
screaming for it.
Washington got the football back after a Panthers.
God, I hate those.
No, go back to the other game.
At fourth
What the
down, they
hell?
throw it, and you can't stop them.
I
Oh.
mean, the Redskins got that game.
And people actually have the audacity to blame Carson Wentz.
And they have the audacity to
defense.
make Carson win. Look at it.
First and 10 at the 30, 4:38 left. The Eagles cannot get the ball back. Here's a handoff. It's going to go for a loss of a yard. But who cares? They're killing clock. They're going to kick a field goal, make it a two-score game. It's so
All right, here we go.
stupid.
2nd and 21. You got a break there. Offensive pass
Get him!
interference.
Get it!
Okay.
It's ugly. I
You're
mean,
back
it's
in the field
horrible.
goal range. Okay.
Horrible.
Half the time he's doing the commentation.
Oh,
This
wow.
defense is really bad today.
Okay, 6-yard
Mike,
pass.
channel is way
You
more
got to at least
entertaining
get some more
than-
yards, make
Oh,
it an
thank
easier
you, Flip
kick.
side. Appreciate it.
Preferably get the
I don't
first down, but
understand.
you got 3rd and 15.
And they're in empty set shotgun. Will you knock this motherfucker out? They're in an empty set. 2nd and 11. Kill him. He's going for it all. And he catches it. It should be offensive pass interference. Where's the flag for the offensive pass interference? That's pass interference.
He's bringing.
Oh, there it is. There it is. That has to be offensive pass interference. I was a loser if they didn't call that.
Hey, let us decide if we stink. We can say
They're
that.
still throwing.
You gotta get this.
Okay. Here we go. Philly
Great
500.
reference here. What's up,
From here,
buddy?
it's,
3rd and 14 at the 30.
God, you could call
37-yard
5
field
of
goal.
those.
That's too long. Oh, no, they're at the 30.
52.
Yeah, that's-
52-yard field goal.
Yeah.
You got to at least get some
You
yards
gotta
here.
make a stop now.
Yeah, at least to make a two-score
2nd
game.
and 21.
They got
Field goal.
1 yard.
Dolphins have 7
So
penalties to the
50-yard field goal.
Let me tell you, all those are
50-yard field goal
make-up.
coming
50-yard
guys.
field
I
goal.
didn't see any real calls.
This
Dolphins
is
are gonna miss this field goal right now. I'm telling you right now.
2nd and 21.
This is a big
At the
field goal.
41 of the Eagles. You gotta
They're
stop
gonna
him.
maher this
You
field goal.
gotta
right?
stop him.
No, only we have Maher.
Yeah, he's not
Fitzpatrick
doing
back to pass.
pressure.
Fires over the
Oh, they
middle.
go away
Caught.
from it. Go back
For
to
gain
the
of about
goddamn-
5.
Bang!
Oh, you can't. Oh, he called it.
3:44 to 3:46 left.
Oh, incomplete.
You're about to give your fan. It's very frustrating. I know.
Please be on.
Philly's
Please be
losing this
34
time.
points, Miami.
Just the fact that we love it. Thank
Cleveland
you.
is
Over
close.
1,500 people here. Please like,
All y'all
please
gotta do is
subscribe.
win today, y'all
At least
play
you
on.
can please
Y'all
subscribe and
play
like
on,
it. Let's
y'all
get over
win today.
900 likes. This
Oh, my
is
goodness.
crap.
Oh, so they get a break.
3rd and 14.
Oh, you put him on your
Losing
channel.
the stinking Dolphins.
Yeah.
Unacceptable crap.
Cleveland got a break.
God, I want to fire him.
I'm gonna say money.
Thank you, Dante. I
No,
appreciate it.
oh, it's over.
He's
The
killing
Redskins.
it.
It's over. It's
The
over.
Redskins are getting a
Sad thing is,
blowout.
like,
Yeah,
I wish I
they-
could say, oh,
the
we're
running
eliminated to
game
the
is killing
playoffs.
them.
But no, Dallas stinks. The Eagles stink.
made
The
it.
Eagles stink.
That's
Nobody
what
else
he made
wins
it,
cash.
Field goal is good.
Oh, he made the field goal, Philly.
3rd
Oh.
and 14. You gotta
He's
get
crying.
this.
Did
They're
you
gonna
hear
run
him?
this.
Is
They're
it
gonna
gonna-
keep
wait,
it
wait.
safe. Kick the field goal, make it 2 games.
Okay, I'm behind.
If
Made
they
it right
throw, you
down.
have to stop them. You need a big play. 3rd and 14. Here's a handoff. Right up the middle. He's going to go for about a yard.
Okay.
Going to kick a field goal.
Oh.
It's going to be a big
And
field
then,
goal.
that game is over. If it stands, it's over for the Browns.
This is really, really sad. Dolphins are going to miss this field goal. I'm telling you right now.
Over.
They're going to miss the field goal, and the Eagles are going to go down and win the game.
Y'all had one job. Browns, y'all had one job to win.
It has to happen.
Because you would have been in the playoffs, because y'all would at least got a wild card spot.
Has to happen. I mean, I don't like Fitzpatrick with that ugly, stinking, ugly beard laughing.
This would have been the first time y'all made the playoffs in how many years?
34 points.
Y'all had one job,
Miami.
And y'all would have made the playoffs. Y'all had one
51
job.
yards kick. He's missing this, and we're going down and we're winning.
Hey, you know what you need to do? You need to just do the video, but do some voiceovers on it. Or something. Do some like some little elf voices or
51
something.
yards.
That's easy to do. Just do the voice change on
Yeah.
it.
Do like a
Wherever
voiceover.
the effects are.
The kick.
The effects.
Here's the
It's
kick.
up, and
Maybe the most important one of the year.
he made it.
He made it. Oh, wait. He made it.
To play.
Philly, he's crying. There's no crying in football, Philly.
Oh, they're gonna show it.
Right down the middle. I mean,
About to
it's
show
going
the
to be more
kick
perfect.
that he made.
Oh, that was down the middle too.
Something
yeah.
has
Plenty
to
of length on it.
51 yards.
Yeah, I'm not streaming Sixers.
That might seal
It won't be this
their
week,
favor.
but I'll be streaming a lot of Sixers. We get. It's a great gift. The Eagles are down. I've never seen a division so bad.
I think on now y'all still have no more picks.
Peterson stinks.
Y'all can. And the
Goodbye,
rest
farewell.
of the
See you next week.
so
Skip Bayless.
one more game. Just make
Where
us
was
feel
that? He's
better.
going home. I mean, nobody even wants to win it.
I'm being
Don't
like,
be
I don't
surprised
believe
if the
it.
Bears beat
I don't
the
believe
Cowboys.
it. We just won a game.
Don't be surprised. And then the Eagles gonna have to play the Giants. Daddy, you
They're
can't
going to
say
say,
we're
like, I
winning
don't believe
that.
it.
How can anybody think we're gonna win anything? Anything when you can't beat the Miami Dolphins. When the Miami Dolphins put 37 points, 38 points on your ass,
Bengal fans are
you
excited they
stink.
won a game.
What are they gonna do? Like do free
I'm
beer?
sorry,
like
dude.
they
Hope
did
next
in-
year can be better. The problem is,
I mean, the Redskins won another game, so they still got no more pick regardless.
two teams
So
that
it's like,
stink. They're
let's just win the
one
game.
game.
They basically got no more picks.
Pathetic. Whoever gets into came out. The Dolphins came out there for two plays.
You're killing me.
Dolphins have done a great job. Defense has lost this game for the Eagles.
lost
This
to
is on
the
defense.
Dolphins. You
Defense
lost to the
stinks.
Atlanta Falcons. You lost to the Detroit Lions. Your team sucks.
Help on my
man.
second favorite team. Go Browns.
Oh,
Hey Philly,
Oh,
if we bring back the
Gotta hurry.
1933
Gotta hurry.
jersey,
Oh, you gotta
blue and
hurry.
yellow, I just give me Kelly. You know?
44 straight field goals from 40.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know Mark Stroman.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet, buddy. You ain't seen
Yeah,
nothing.
you know,
I
I
custom
think 34
fabrication.
points
Thank you
is
for
the
the super
most-
chat,
most
buddy.
points
Eagles
allowed-
fans can't
allowed
talk
this
about
week
Dallas
so far,
losing the
right?
Jets. No, it's pretty hard.
Oh, yes, we can now
Slobber-
officially retire
slobber my
losing
broccoli
to the
problem,
Jets.
isn't he?
Okay.
Thank you for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate
Oh,
it.
boy.
Chase Young
The Bengals.
to the G-Man. Okay. Thank you for the super chat.
I think 34 points is the most points allowed. this
Eagles
week.
had a 28-14 lead.
So
in the
Philly's
second.
You had a-
Could not stop the defense. Could not. That defense could not stop Ryan Fitzpatrick. I mean, it's unbelievable. Now
He's
we-
about to lose it. He dropped it. He dropped it.
I don't know how you win this game.
Nelson Aguilar dropped it.
Doug Pearson
He's
needed to be
wide
fired
open.
this
He
point.
dropped it.
Oh,
I mean, it's bad, man.
oh, okay.
You know?
Thanks to
Why
everybody
can't
who's
Carson
been
throw a
joining
deep ball?
in
'Cause they
watching
don't
Philly
do it.
500 and our
And the one-
exclusive
he had one
at
bad
Joe
throw.
Boo
I
Sports
thought two
Report
were
only.
penalties
The
that they
only
did not
place
call.
you will see
Especially
the
the
Philly
one where they called,
way
I guess they called
below
on
500 camp.
where
He is-
Alshon
you
get
got
held
that
up.
right.
We
The
Jets
Philly
Dolphins both.
way below 500.
You know, win this game. It's gonna be
No. Are you talking about his blood pressure? Because it's over 500.
No. You know, he's known as Philly 500. Going into this game, I said Philly below 500. We're
Yeah,
way below.
But his blood pressure's over 500 right now.
No, the biggest problem is your defense today. You slow 37
It's your defense. You know what? It's your team stink.
First and 10, Carson back to pass. He's looking.
He's
He's
looking.
firing. Alshon caught all the way up at the 50. Gotta hurry.
Gotta hurry.
Gotta
hurry.
Yeah.
Gotta hurry.
That's the problem.
The
I was
defense
Wait,
lost this game.
Wait till
There's no,
the next
there's
10
nobody
seconds
else.
what you got
It's on the
coming.
D.
He loses it in 10
know?
seconds.
Are you
I'm
gonna
way
lose?
ahead.
Philly?
Ray the way.
Philly, don't
Thank
lose
you
it.
for the super
No,
chat,
he's
buddy. I
about to-
appreciate it.
Philly,
I'm
don't
telling you,
lose.
bro,
Don't
it's
lose.
rigged.
Don't lose.
Feels like
Alshon
the
Jeffrey
problem.
drops the
Alshon-
ball.
First and
Like,
10 for
catch.
the Eagles at the 48.
Don't lose it, Philly. I want you to lose it, man. You
Back
might
to
not.
pass.
I-
Fires
What's
the
up, little
sideline.
touchdown? How you doing,
Caught.
brother? Thanks for the
Alshon
super
out of
chat.
bounds.
Oh, little touchdown. Little touchdown. How you doing?
Where
man?
is Jordan Howard? He's still hurt.
He's still hurt.
LT, thank you for the
Just like all
super
the
chat,
Eagles
buddy.
nation.
L4D
The
Eagles
Steelers, they're
fans and
hurt.
Dallas fans can
That's a
do
catch.
whatever.
Oh, they're reviewing the play.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean,
But there's only 2
the
minutes
dumb
and
defensive
46
back there could
seconds
have
left, Philly.
tried to touch him, keep him in. Why is the clock running?
Oh, why is the clock running? Why is the clock
Carson firing.
Whoa, wait.
Oh,
It's
shot.
coming right
Nelson
now.
downfield.
Uh-oh.
Caught.
He's
Oh, he
about-
dropped it! He dropped it! He dropped it! He dropped it! Nelson Aguilar dropped it! I don't even know if he did. John Don, fire Mike Bro, fire Jim Schwartz. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate it. Thank you. I think that's a catch.
Every single one of them. I mean, I'm not just talking about.
That's a
I'm
catch!
talking about the quarterback school, the mini camp.
How is that not a catch?
The training
He-
camp.
if he dropped that, that's a perfect pass.
You were tired. Everybody.
Y'all also put back. Also
He needs
put
to ass in for
And
some
only thing else I
hand.
got to say is,
My
how
God!
about this?
Oh boy.
Bad throw, you people. That's crazy.
the first team.
Grant,
The first
thank
team.
1,600 people, 933 likes. Thank you so much.
Philly. Philly.
Over 1,600. Let's get over 1,000 likes. Can we get over 1,000 likes? That would be awesome. I think this is a catch.
I think
And this is a catch. This is
Was
definitely
it a catch?
They're still,
And they're
I don't know,
slow.
they're still looking at it. It's crazy.
Philly,
It's been a long time.
goes to show you can't believe the hype. You can't believe it, man.
Oh boy.
I think it's just Nelson is finally he caught it. I think
I
he
think
caught
he
it.
caught it. Of
I
course
think
you
that's
think he
catch.
caught it. You think he caught it.
Oh, y'all said
Philly.
First down, they changed it. They gave him the catch.
They gave him the catch.
Yeah.
No.
He pulled it out as he. That's a catch.
Aguilar, no hands.
Okay, you got
That
one,
is a
Philly.
catch.
You got the catch. You got the catch. Okay, okay.
We lose, I'll become a Cowboy fan with my kids. Oh, come on, Robert.
Oh, hold that person to that.
Yeah. Over 1,600. Let's get to 1,000 likes. Can we get to 1,000 likes before the end of this game? Over 1,600 people here. Thank you so much. It's about. There's a little over 2 minutes left. So if he caught this,
2:41.
Oh,
down,
it's right here.
we'll have the ball about the 18.
Oh,
yeah, I mean,
he
look, we
dropped
got a
it.
lot of things. We got to start a lot of things over. But
another
for right now,
Like, it was urgent.
over 1,000 likes. You people are the best.
God, it's a
You're the
perfect
best.
pass.
I appreciate it.
They're
This is-
trash.
this is cool.
That's
And
urgent.
like I said,
That
this
hurts.
isn't like a game where you say,
He
"Oh, we
put-
lost
the
the game.
defender knocks
We're
it out of him.
mathematically eliminated." It's like
No, that was
Dallas
perfect
stinks,
defense.
They lose, and we
You
lose.
catch it.
And it's like,
He came
who's
back
gonna win
around and
Week
got that.
16?
Yeah.
Yeah, 37 points against the Dolphins is absolutely insane.
Second and 10.
It's unacceptable.
2:34
You
left
can't
in the
lose
game.
to the
Eagles
Dolphins.
with one timeout.
You know,
2 scores down.
you have to challenge. This
And
has to
Wentz
be
goes
the-
down.
And if
Now
it's not
goes
a-
Wentz. It fumbles! It fumbles! It fumbles!
Yeah, he got it back.
Because you can't let that
Doesn't
ball.
matter. Oh,
I
no,
think
no.
this is a
Wentz
catch.
fumble. Oh.
This would be first down at about the
Yeah, back there,
18,
bro.
and then you're gonna.
Third down and 10. You're garbage, Wentz.
So
You're
what do you think
garbage.
about the Eagles need to do to get back playing like we did?
Your
I think
quarterback
they need
is
to change their
garbage.
offensive coordinator. They need to
He
change their
gets it back,
style
but
of
it's third
offense
down.
to a
All
version where they
right,
need
3rd
to.
and 17.
The
This
worst
is
thing
why-
about it is
17. 3rd and 17.
I mean, he's going to get a timeout.
First down. They changed it.
Dump it underneath. Dump it underneath.
I know. I can't
no.
believe we're not losing too long. It's a catch.
He stepped
Catch.
out of
All
bounds.
right, let's
The
go.
half
Let's
went
go.
off.
Let's go.
3rd and
Let's go,
17.
Carson. Let's go.
They have to go for
You need a
it.
quick. You need a
4th
quick
and
touchdown.
17.
want a chance.
Let's go. Let's get it before 2 minutes. Let's get it right now.
Oh.
Let's go. Let's go. Eagles ball.
Well, no, you could kick the field goal.
You need 2 scores so you can take it.
But the onside kick, you got no chance.
All right, here we go.
The onside kick, you got to stop it. The defense has to stop him. And you have 1 timeout.
With the new rules, the outside kick is hard to get one.
Carson, back to
Just watch
pass.
Philly.
He's looking. He's firing to the end zone.
Touchdown!
Touchdown! Oh, he dropped it!
That's
Ernst
it.
dropped
The
another one!
Redskins get interceptions. The Redskins
Dropped
get
another one!
interceptions.
How you
It's been
always
over,
drop
but
the good passes?
the Redskins.
God, it's a perfect pass!
Oh,
They
Well, that's
trash!
why we win another
They're
game.
trash.
Stop number 2
Oh, Ernst just got it. He had it.
They're trash.
Oh, man.
How does he drop 2 big passes? You have to catch that ball!
Oh.
You have to catch it. You can't have it now. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable.
It's pretty close.
God, he killed us
It don't
on 2
matter because the Redskins already had
drops.
this game won.
Get this thing
Don't
now.
matter.
There's 2:34 left.
You know what?
Carson
It
rolls
don't
to his
matter. We
right.
got the game won.
Carson still on his feet now. He's getting pressured. He's getting sacked.
Oh, he's getting sacked. It's
He
not on
fumbled,
Carson.
but he recovered it.
It's not on
Unless they
Carson.
strip it
It's not
from
on
him.
Carson. It's not on Carson. Go ahead, defend him. Defend him, Philly.
You gotta
Defend him.
catch the ball.
No,
You know,
your
this is
quarterback
what
just
kind of
took a
stuff
sack.
happens. You
Your
don't catch the
quarterback
ball,
just
look
took
what
a
happens.
sack and fumbled the ball, and you're still mad at the tight end who had a defender knock the ball out, right? See,
Lucky he got
see,
that back.
see, Philly.
3rd and 17. Ernst has to catch that ball, and you're talking about a touchdown.
I mean, either way, y'all have this game
Dolphins
won.
are way back. Carson, drop it underneath.
What's the rule?
Drop it underneath.
You know what? This makes up for us
It's a hard
Yo,
pass,
right
man.
here.
Why, when they play back like that, right? When the Eagles always play back like that, what do?
Coughed it up.
They dump it
Don't
off and they run
fall on
and
it.
they get
It's
all
4th
over there.
and 9.
We don't do it. We throw it into the coverage.
Get up and throw
Yeah,
it.
because you stink.
Got to kick a field goal. Got to kick a field goal and onside kick. It's December. It's the time for miracles.
I can't believe I love Miami right
That ain't
now.
on Carson. I'm sorry. Carson threw a perfect strike tip.
Wentz is wearing another man's ring. Let's get that clear.
Ernst dropped
Carson
the
Wentz has never won a
touchdown. Ernst
playoff
dropped the
game.
ball at the 6. It ain't on Carson.
What the heck is going on?
Sorry.
We're watching the Eagles lose to the Miami Dolphins.
At least has a win.
No, it ain't on Carson. Carson's fine. Carson's the man.
Look, he's
It's the other guys. Let him down. You can't drop the
got the
ball.
first.
Ernst dropped the touchdown.
Either-
Why did
either
he
way,
drop
the
the
Redskins won
touchdown?
this game.
We shouldn't have had
Because he
2
stinks.
more plays. Should have had a touchdown. But he dropped it.
Oh,
all right. 4th down and 16.
I think
You got to
that's
kick
not
the
number
field
2
goal now. It ain't on Carson.
Minute
Y'all not
55.
Does
gonna-
anybody know? Did anybody just watch? Am I the only person? Do I speak dog?
Yes, you do.
Rough,
speak
rough, rough,
Woof,
motherfucker.
woof, woof, woof. Yeah,
I mean,
This is where I was
What
saying
is
earlier.
Carson supposed to do? Ernst
Okay.
dropped the
Should have
ball in
taken
the
that
end
field goal
zone.
earlier. Now the only thing.
Botch,
Philly
thank
can
you,
do
man.
is tie it.
Thank you so
Now
much for your
they're
blood
down
pressure
by 6.
message.
So if Philly
No.
scored a touchdown,
Botch, thank you,
Right,
man.
but
Shout out
they
to
have to get a
him.
touchdown. But
Everybody's
here's
so
the thing,
good.
well,
Great,
okay,
great.
if you do the
video,
onside
man.
kick, your chances of getting an onside kick now, if the rules change,
Oh,
they're slim and none. Basically, if
but if
they only have 1 timeout, I think, left.
Yes, you do speak dog. I think I
Yeah.
do.
So I mean, you get
I just don't understand
1
how
minute
we
left?
drop
a minute 55 left, a
Like
minute
the
or a
Ernst
minute,
at the 6
minute
yard
51
line, we
left.
would have gone up 3 scores.
A minute
This
51
wouldn't
left.
happen.
This is the other game, though.
They
Our
have to get
guys
a
don't
touchdown.
make the big catches. Asia, dude, thank you for the super
touchdown.
chat, buddy. Kill me. No, I
A
don't kill
minute
you.
51 left.
You the man. Yo, Philly,
Look
can I
at-
get a
look at
wrench?
Phil- Look at Philly's eye.
Man, huge fan. Watch. Yeah, if I keep seeing you when I give out more, I will do it.
No, it's 1 minute 51 left.
I thought that
Carson
was-
Wentz looks happy there.
I thought that was the Carolina
Was
game.
that Carson Wentz smiling over there on the sidelines, being
I
down
feel
by
like the
6?
Redskins, the Redskins games won.
Yeah, they have to do onside here.
Everyone in this chat needs to
Okay.
pull a Vince
One
mentality.
timeout, they can't stop the clock enough.
I just want the guys to catch the ball, man.
Oh shit!
I mean, you know,
He
that
got
would
it.
have touchdown. I'm not
He
saying
got
we
it.
would have won, but
Okay,
geez,
so
give us a
Unless
chance.
they can
It's
stop
over.
them.
it's over.
Carson's,
The game,
yeah,
the game's
yeah.
over,
I think
man.
if
Unless
Foley
they can only
decided
stop the
to
clock
leave at 8
once.
o'clock, I think they're
Unless-
giving
unless-
They're gonna get it back with about 20.
You want to
No.
be there to attend it.
No, because he can run 40 seconds
Eagles
off.
were up 20,
Between 30,
23
So
unanswered.
they'll take off,
Dolphins
say, 8 seconds
scored on
first
the
play,
last
that
6
takes a
of
minute
7
48.
possessions.
You
That's
run one
why
play,
Yeah,
yeah, you're right, they might get it
That's
back
why
with a
you're
few
losing.
seconds
About
left.
20 seconds, 23.
Gotta kick the field goal, you gotta hit the field goal, and then you gotta get lucky on the onside kick.
That's why I like watching Tony Romo will tell you exactly
Yeah.
2 seconds.
All right, here we go.
They're gonna have
16,
between.
But
They're gonna have
Philly-
1 or 2 seconds.
What's up?
What the hell?
Philly.
And it is good. 37-31.
All right, Philly.
Eagles still have a slight glimmer of hope.
A slight glimmer.
Best offense against one of the worst teams.
Yep. Philly.
Defense is killing us this game. So we got over 1,700 people here. Please like,
1,700
subscribe.
people.
Thank you for
Hey,
being
Philly,
here. I appreciate it.
That's great, man. That's
This
some
is torturous,
incredible
man.
numbers to have.
There's a slight
watching
chance.
your
If we
team
could get an
stink
onside
up the
kick, I
place.
think we'll win the game. But, you know, it's very hard to get an onside kick.
Wentz is hot
and you
trash.
know, that's what I hate
Oh,
is that
you know
Ertz
what?
drops that
We're
ball
going to have a
as touchdown.
return today.
You have 2 minutes,
We're going to have a
34
return
seconds.
in here
You would
today.
at least have had the 2-minute warning
Return
and a
of
timeout.
Cow
And he drops it.
Patty.
You know, horrible. I have no problem with what Carson the way he plays. Bobby Stevens, thank you so much for the super chat. Everyone's saying we need to draft Christian quarterbacks, Tebow, Foles, Wentz. Something is up with that. D-Jack 10, thank you for, or who was that? Bobby Stevens, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it.
Run for no gain.
Y'all, everyone's
first
saying
down.
we need to draft wide receivers. Y'all see the cornerback linebacker? Yeah, look, we need those
Okay,
two
down
bodies.
to a minute
Thank you for the
46.
super chat.
They'll
Bobby
do another
Stevens,
run,
here's
I'm
the
sure.
onside kick.
To,
Minute 51 left. The Eagles go the opposite way.
Let the
Bulls
clock run.
lose and Dolphins recover.
Yeah, they're gonna get about.
See, this is
about
what
35
I
or 40
mean.
seconds.
Ertz catches the ball, is a touchdown, 2:33 left. They get the onside kick, and then boom, you never know. I blame the defense on all drop passes. Someone needs to be a fire. Defense
Look,
was
look
He
at
told
Phil.
Lodge,
It's
he said, hey man, thanks for the blood pressure.
It's the
medicine."
defense.
I guess Lodge
You got one timeout left, and it's past the 2-minute warning. That's
All
what
right,
kills
they
me.
ran the ball for 2 more yards.
Best Thanksgiving. It's like best Thanksgiving was Thursday,
The
no
clock
doubt.
is not- hadn't
But
moved
you know,
on-
now
on-
this
on
makes it
here.
even. It's like an even week.
But it should be
We gotta
running.
suffer with this cowboy crap for another week.
Oh, yes, you got to suffer this cowboy crap for another week there,
Minute
Philly.
49 left.
You definitely have to. Oh, no, it hasn't even started yet. It has not started yet. What?
They hand it off.
Oh, don't let the
And it
Redskins
is
lose this
on the
now.
yard, timeout.
They get
They got
onside.
the onside
Carolina
kick.
get the onside.
See, you catch that. Ertz
no,
catches
no,
that
no,
touchdown.
they
Right,
don't
it's
lose,
4th and 7
they're going
for
overtime.
You still
Miami.
have the 2-minute
If they get 2
warning.
point conversion,
Clock
they're going
running.
overtime.
Eagles penalties killed us. Eagles penalties and defense.
So the worst thing will happen.
See, we
All
had
right,
one
so Miami's getting ready to
game
punt. I
to
can't
lose
tell
and
what the
we
clock
chose
is.
to do it now. Worst time.
But I think the
Carolina
clock
got
is
it.
still running.
Unfortunately, as bad
Carolina
as this is,
can tie it.
it's going to come down to week 16, no matter what you think. It's the Eagles Cowboys. Don't
They
be
have to get a
surprised if the
touchdown
Cowboys
and a
lose to the
2-point
Bears,
conversion
and
to
then the
put
Eagles lose to the Giants. Who the hell knows?
So it's possible that y'all can put in overtime.
Well, it
Possibly y'all can
just
put in
means
overtime.
we're the same pot.
If y'all
Carson,
get the 2-point
Mav,
conversion.
what did he do so bad? Seriously, what are you
And they
talking
still
about?
have about 2 minutes
I don't
left.
understand
Oh, yeah, they got
how you
plenty of time.
blame a guy that just threw a touchdown, got dropped.
And they got 3
Threw a pass
timeouts.
to the
This is
5-yard
their
line,
game.
they got
Oh,
dropped.
oh.
You blame him because he
Yeah,
committed
You know how
this
sad it would be
deep
for the
passes.
Redskins if they
They've
lost
had
this
people
game.
deep all
After
year.
this like that.
Well, if Carolina
Second and
scores too quickly,
Play in progress.
then the
8
rest have a chance to
seconds
kick
to
a
go.
field goal and win it.
For a
So
yard.
it's like,
So it's third
take as
down
much
now.
time as y'all-
Minute
8
38
seconds left.
take y'all's time. Because y'all
I'm
might
telling
get,
you, that
y'all might get
touchdown
the
Ertz
ball
drop
back
is
from the time
killing
to
us.
get a
It's
field goal
8
and
seconds there, Philly. 8 seconds.
I'm gonna watch Revenge
And
Season.
you got
Right,
69
At
yards
least the
to
clock
go.
stopped on that
We need
one.
Deshaun.
Philly.
We just.
Philly.
There's a lot of questions.
Philly.
To Miami.
You got 8 seconds.
So they're gonna run it down to about minute 1, and it's gonna be like 30 seconds left, maybe.
No, it's 8 seconds.
I just want the
Yeah,
off
that-
season
that
to come.
game-
It's only 8, Philly.
LG,
Yeah, their
L4G,
game's
thank you
over.
for the
Their game's
super
over.
chat. Y'all lose either Giants or Redskins.
A
we
field
lost.
goal wouldn't
Well,
even win it for you
I mean,
guys.
at this point, I can't say we'll beat anybody.
Wait, the Dolphins
How
have
can
black
anybody
coach?
say that? You know.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
The thing is, the rest need to blow the whistle quicker.
The whips for the rest
They're
of
gonna
you
just
blow
run
the
it
whistle
down and
quicker.
punt, and the Eagles are pretty much
Come on,
in
man.
a Hail Mary situation.
It's 8 seconds.
I mean, yeah, we
Oh,
don't. Why not
Philly.
sign Antonio?
Philly, I'm
Come
sorry.
on now, come on now.
Parker
Carolina?
pushed off 2 times.
Oh,
and
you
got away.
kind of.
But at the end of the day, you know, the defense has to make stops. When you're up
You know,
20
can we
Gotta
officially
be
say
one.
that the
you
Eagles
have to make
can't win
stops,
losing
and they
teams?
didn't do it. You know. All right,
I better
Darius,
call
thank you for
timeout.
being here
I
today,
got 1
buddy.
minute left to at least get
Oh,
23
touched.
seconds left.
Comment and just say, Mark
Eagles,
Holmes
I mean-
says, ha ha.
Greg Ward ever gonna do something in his life? Now's the time.
Here it is, and that's it.
You know.
And he goes, okay.
10
Yeah,
seconds.
He was
9
bobbling the
seconds.
ball when he went out.
Even if you caught the ball, y'all
Eagles
got 2
got 8
seconds
seconds.
left.
And Jeffries is
Yeah,
limping.
they're not even.
But then if he
He
caught the
was hobbling the
ball,
ball right there. Did he?
it don't matter.
It's not.
We got 2 seconds left.
He got it.
Move the
He
ball
got
up
2
to
seconds
midfield.
left.
Defense today.
2
I
seconds ain't gonna
Miami
make the game.
49. You got Hail Mary shot.
But he did throw a touchdown to Ertz. He did throw one right in his hand at the 6. And the defense is the
caught it,
reason
got
we
out of
lost
bounds.
this game.
Can
It's
I
the
get
defense.
hurt too?
Oh, playoffs.
Oh my God.
The Eagles are only one. The Eagles still control
One-
their own
oh,
But they
destiny.
still got, they got
But
timeout
even losing
too.
this game, all they have
But the
to
thing
Oh,
is,
they don't need the timeout. I mean, they got 2 timeouts.
but the thing is though,
Peter,
if they score
thank you
too
for the
quickly, the
super
rest
chat,
of them
buddy.
have no
That's your
time to get a
problem.
field
You're
goal.
depending
And
on
win
Sean.
it
Peter
still.
Hernandez,
This
thank
is
you.
They
it,
don't
Kelly.
want to
That
score
is
too
Let's see if
quickly.
their quarterback's a hero or
Give
not.
them opportunity to score a field
They're
goal.
in the
and win
victory
it.
formation. Hail Mary.
You know, they
I'll
had
be
5
shocked.
career game when you got 8 seconds.
Interception.
Game over.
Interception.
Are the Redskins gonna?
Oh,
Yo, yeah, we lost
Oh, even
Miami.
the Dolphins.
It's unacceptable.
37.
Don't score too
31.
quickly, so I'm get the rest of the opportunity to get a field goal.
Oh, Philly.
Even
Philly.
Oh,
when
nothing. Oh, nothing on that one.
28-14, they throw it as soon as Ertz dropped
That's
that
actually, that
ball.
might actually be in y'all favor.
I
Seems like
can't
things
find
spiraled.
you.
But the defense couldn't get off the field.
You
know?
Don't you lose my number.
Jim Hunter, I like you too. Thank you, buddy. Over 1,700 people. Please like, please subscribe. Jason, 27-44 for Carson, 3 touchdowns, 0 receptions. He may get his interception right now on the Hail Mary.
What's the rest of the Redskins game?
Look, it's the Eagles got a lot of
Oh,
problems.
here we go, Philly.
All I know is they still want to go to the
Nothing. I guess the
Come on, Washington.
rest of our 2 plays away from winning.
The defense terrible. Yeah, maybe the all shots finally. And all it does is really put the Eagles in a position to
Stay
have a
tuned,
Hail Mary.
everybody. I
That's
think
it.
Cow Patty is
So we're gonna
coming
get one
back.
shot at it.
I think we will have a
Yeah, 2
Cow
drop balls,
Patty.
we still have
Lead on the Redskins game
But
until.
look, it's the defense. You know, you need like pass interference. You know what I mean? And get one
Oh
shot.
boy. All right. I think I've had enough
Sorry,
of this Philly
Carson,
camp.
pass last play. He's gonna
He
fire it
keeps
to the end
saying we
zone.
stink.
Well, you're 5-7.
Yeah.
Not real
He'll
good.
say,
Not real
Philly, we
good.
stink.
He gets
But
an
has to say,
interception
makes him feel
on
better
a
to see
Hail
the
Mary.
Cowboys stink right
The
after
ball was
Oh, yeah.
up and tipped. It almost looked like it was going to be a touchdown. Too.
All right, guys.
So the Dolphins beat the
I'm gonna be
Eagles.
merciful here.
How
I'm gonna go ahead
depressing
and,
is this?
and I'm gonna turn off
My
the
God,
Philly
it's
camp.
unbelievable. So Eagles go to
Okay,
5 and
so
We
7.
trolled him enough. let's let him
Dallas
have his
stays
Oh,
with
the Raiders
6-6.
win to get the
I thought
tiebreaker
that there was
because they don't
somebody
have to
catch.
bear
Man, they
the
got-
record against Kansas City.
Okay, y'all.
Uh-oh. Carr just had an interception.
Every single one of you. I mean, I'm not just talking about these last 60 minutes. I'm talking about the
There we
quarterback.
go.
Oh.
All right, y'all.
The off-season, the
I want
training
to shout out
camp,
to the
down and off,
692 people that's watched this troll Philly 500 here. He had a shout out to him. He had 1,700 people watching his team get their ass kicked by the Miami Dolphins. And you know what? Eagle fans, I'm gonna troll the F out. You know, I'm gonna have some fun, Philly.
We don't stink. Quit saying we stink.
Crump. I'm gonna have some fun with the Eagle fans. You know what? I have cried my cries, my tears. I'm gonna have me some fun right now.
You know what's pissing me off?
What?
He keeps saying, we stink and the Cowboys stink. It makes him feel better. You know what? Maybe they stink. We might smell a little bit.
No, we stink less
We
than them
smell a little bit.
if we stink and you can't beat us, what does that make you?
Y'all are straight funky. But if it makes him feel better to say we stink too, we're still in first.
Listen, they smell like a fish dumpster in
Yeah.
August.
No.
That, during a strike when they haven't been by to dump the dumpster, man.
They don't
You guys
smell-
are the worst.
They
But
don't
you know
smell
what?
like the fish. What did you say? That stuff that comes from the dumpster.
Yeah,
The dumpster
juice.
The juice.
Garbage
The
juice.
garbage juice, man. You know what?
You may be the fish, but
I
y'all
gotta
the
tell
juice.
you.
feeling like it's
Joseph, hey, how you doing?
garbage juice.
We got
From the
Joseph,
fish
we have my
dumpster.
man Cowboys
From
Crunk.
the
And you see
dumpster.
where Michael Anthony Fitness is right there. You'll be sitting right over there watching the Cowboys versus those stinking Eagles. I don't know about you, but we had a ball.
Oh, you
here.
need to get with them too about that
Yeah,
number.
and Joseph, I got to get with you about the package you sent. So I didn't get that just yet. Maybe it'll come tomorrow.
Yeah,
But
might
yes,
because of
the
the
Eagles
holidays.
thing. And you know what? I'm feeling so much better right now.
Gamer here too.
I'm feeling so much
Yeah,
better.
because Oakland wins.
that
I think
we need to have an appearance
make it
of
to the playoffs.
Cal
They get at least a wild card spot, or they might take over the.
Yeah.
Well, they have the better divisional record.
Yeah, they need.
All right, so guys, thank everybody for being here.
Now, if they beat Kansas City, I think they're in the playoffs.
You know what? Our team stinks.
But
so let's face facts.
the
Our
number
team
2, if they
stinks.
lose,
But you know
then
what? I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the fact that misery loves company, and that the Eagles, that they,
Yeah, if Oakland wins, then
you know, they trolled us like they did something on Thanksgiving. I'm gonna have an answer for them. All right, guys.
We just smell bad. They stink.
Yep.
Like garbage juice from the dumpster juice.
That's right.
No, from the fish dumpster.
All right.
From the fish dumpster.
We're gonna end this here right now.